she cries at night. A breath had born in the black wind where the shadows lie. Deep inside despair, our hearts grow fierce, our minds aware. We carry on, oh, we carry on, carry
Merc Esports. What is up, everyone? It is your boy Huey Yoshikage. With me on the table, it is my boy Sekio, and we are here for our Emerald Finals. WL Carnation and Santa Crackers are on the board to try and take the championship. We were here last time, and we had a banger, so we already know the Emerald League is going to be no different. Sekio, how are you today, my friend?
I'm super hyped today for our matches. We're having the Emerald Finals, so let's see how it goes. Actually, having two teams, and we have seen a lot of plays coming out from some of the players. We need to mention out. Speaking of SYN, like
That name's Crack. The name
crack,
Crackers is a little crazy, but hey,
crackers,
no,
yeah,
yeah,
crackers.
right, right.
I just got zoomed out, but like seeing some of crackers players, they cracked the code and got to the finals.
So excited to see where we are. Gotta give it over to White Lotus being able to get not only one but two teams in the finals. Very well played. Let's see if they're going to be able to take it all today. As we are just now waiting for our first round. Everyone who just tuned in, or if you're new, it is of course best of five going in the finals here. So we do have at least a minimum three, but there is no way in heck that these guys are gonna let that slide, especially it being in Emerald and especially it being finals.
To be honest, like for a second, I thought that I got something wrong. Speaking of White Lotus, like we have seen them in the previous final, then I was like, huh.
Right.
I know those players. I you know actually. Uh, Slayer Toxic, they had a really good bot
Mhm.
lane. You have seen them before. Arashi, actually one of the good top laners that he can handle being weak sided, playing a lot versus like getting camped. So White Lotus, they have a really solid roster. So I really hope that we can see a really good final between both teams.
So top lane mattered a lot in the last series that we casted here for Merc Academy. Do you think top lane is going to matter as much, or is other lanes here going to start to kind of outshine, or rather say outpace, and be more of an importance here coming into the Emerald League, since we are going a tier higher too?
So basically, we should keep focusing into mid jungle synergy because
Mm-hmm.
whenever you have two good players in mid and jungle, you can count on them into moving around the map, into having the silent pressure, and also having your enemy AD carry out of the equation. That's all what it matters.
Okay, I mean I agree with that. Having the most options there and the most availability to go and roam, I feel that is the strongest pick right now, especially how important objectives are. And looking at these teams, it looks like they are going correctly right with it. There's your favorite jungler right there, Mr. Wukong. Should drop it. But again, we're in Emerald, so we should see, I feel, a little better more technique, right? It's the Wuju style.
Hmm.
It does take a little bit of skill to master Wuju, right? Right? So let's
Yeah,
see how
yeah.
Alberto
That's
pilots
good.
the monkey. Beard, though, on Azir, a great pick here into the meta. Higher Echelon is going a little higher up here. With the Talea pick, I'm always a big fan of seeing Talea with all her AoE and just some of her knockback ability capabilities. She really can become a really, really pesky mage. Add in that wall as well too to kind of force set up fights. Can even use to get away. Overall, really good pick there. Tilted Pizza, I already saw in chat there, already being rooted for there as well. On the Lilia, we don't see a lot of Lilia, but it is always great to see nonetheless. And Toxic and Slayer looking to take out the bottom pick here with the Lucian and the Milo. We're seeing a lot of more Milo. Is he becoming a secret threat in that bot lane?
I really like the combo that they have in bot lane. Like as you mentioned, we're seeing a lot of Melio right now. So basically, I feel it's one of those champions that's it's really good into Alistair. So if you think about it, whenever
Mm-hmm.
you try to get closer, Melio will just throw the ball and get you back, and you won't be able to engage. if you get ulted by Lilia, Milio is a really good one because she have the AoE QSS to all members of her team. So basically, Lilia counters the whole composition right now in the lane and also in the team fights. Something like caught my eye, the jungle and mid duos, that we're not gonna be seeing a lot of action early game unless Wukong says so. Like Wukong, okay,
Right.
I'm gonna try to do something. That's the only way that he can see something happening early game.
I mean, honestly, though, we are going higher up into the tiers, so I feel like that comes with it because the dragons don't, excuse me, the dragons and objectives don't spawn until later in the game either, and you have more trust into your laners. Also, your laners are more comfortable in the positions that they are. They know that you're not really there early game for them. You're setting up pathing. You're getting yourself ready for that mid game transition once we start to get into the void, starting to pick up the dragons. So, of course, and you can see even with the way the champs are picked up as well too, that these guys know what's going on. This isn't their first rodeo for sure.
I really like the fact that both teams are going for the team fight composition. You're having the ultimate dependence on both teams. But
Mm-hmm.
if you look at Crackers, they have a really good side lane pressure. Speaking of Fiora, she can easily play around Ornn when it's after mid game. Whenever she got like two
Yep.
items and a boot, I believe she's a monster on a side lane. But otherwise, look at the team fights from White Lotus. You have the Sharima shuffle, you have the
Yup.
Cyclone from Wukong.
Mm-hmm.
Those two ultimates, if you sync them correct, you can have a really good damage, and you can also play around your Lucian Azir's damage. On the other side, it's always about the chain of corruption and the Weaver's Wall that can just it's either Weaver's Wall or use the wall to make
Mm-hmm.
White Lotus stuck in one place, get ultimate by Lilton Lullaby, then the damage output from Varus. Otherwise, you don't have that a lot of utilities he can use. The main problem I can see that everything that he can use is getting countered by Melio.
I like that you brought that up, honestly. I wanted to touch up on that, and my boy just already on top of it. I like the Orn pick. There's so many trigger pulls over onto the side of Carnation there. You're not just relying on the Chain of Corruption. You're not just relying on Hep to get that Hex Tech flash, that flash knockup. You're not just waiting for the Weaver's Wall there. And a Lord forbid, Fiora gets a bad game. Silent Hearts gets into a bad fight with Arachi, which we both mentioned that we prefer in the top lane there. They get into a really bad situation where Arachi gets ahead. There's really not a lot of answer there altogether for
Correct?
their side. Very spooky stuff to say. I am not always the biggest fan of putting all my eggs in one basket. You're kind of really relying on Fiora to get ahead. And with that being said, you're kind of going to have to now give some of those lane priority ganks to the top laner there to kind of make sure that that happens. And then again, well, this is always the flip side. It could be worse. You go gank top, and now you go get hit. The jungler gets hit, and top laner gets hit, and you're both on the back foot. That can spell death within 4 minutes for the side of Cracker, and that's a
Yeah, and
very scary concept to think about.
true, and what's really more scarier that he can't even play around Fiora. Fiora is your
Mhm.
side laner, the one that he can just like weak side her, play around the other side of the map because basically your win condition can't be Fiora on the side lane. Like you can be losing all team fights, all objective fights, and count on Fiora. I don't think that they lose the team fights, but I believe if actually Alistair or anyone got his hands over to Milieu, he got the perfect angle to start a team fight and the perfect angle to get ahead whenever the game goes on.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. First round on the way, ready to go. WLC on the blue side, the Syndicate on the red side. Checking over onto the Masteries. Nothing too crazy to write home about. I'm hoping that there's a cleanse there for our boy Varus, but I think he excited to take the barrier instead.
Actually, the barrier will help him a lot into sustaining into the game. basically. But right now, I feel like you need to play around your bot lane. You're having a really good early game when it comes to mid Briar. You can use it a lot. It will help you to make some pressure on both side, and that's what you're looking for.
I already like how Syndicate's already kind of moving there, forcing their way through. Also, check how Belto moved over, able to get their vision on the red side there as well, kind of prepping up. Both both junglers on opposite ends here. So how's that pathing gonna work out for us?
I believe so. Lilia want to try to contest the early dragons.
Mhm.
It's based on her trying to walk from bot to top. She can get like the double, not the double camps. What's it called? Like the second rotation for the jungle. Then she looks for the void grubs. Later on, Fiora early game. You know that Fiora after level 3 she can get the lane pressure or like the lane Brio on top side, so you can count on this. Actually, not after level 3, it's before level 3, because whenever you get the level 3 Arashi got the whole kit when it comes to the damage output, and Ornn is actually one of those champions that you don't want to 1v1 him early on after level 3.
Yeah, no, 100%. Just add in the CCs and the tankiness. Speaking of a 1v1 right now, Silent Therapy or Silent Hearts finding all the marks there, putting Arashi in a terrible position and winning out those early trades. Might have to force him back early, or he's going to have to respect that a little more. But giving him that opening to kind of possibly find that level 3 full all in, he's going to have to be careful there. So, with going back onto what you were saying for the junglers, that does then make our theory true, as then Tilted Pizza is going to have to prioritize there for Silent Hearts to kind of make sure that this Fiora has their best game possible.
Hmm. It's helping Fiora to have a better game. Also, at the same side, I believe that they might look into
Uh-oh.
trying to have some dive on bot lane, but the turret aggro will make her survive.
Craziness right there. I gotta give it over to Silent Hearts, knowing exactly where to be and not to be there to make sure they don't get the auto attack there. Not gonna land over on to the bottom side there. Big damage coming in, but add in the fire, and there goes first blood. Milo cooking up right now, making it look easy onto the side of Syndicate right now. Silent Hearts gotta be a little careful there, but feels a little safe knowing Tilted Pizza is in the area, as a level up does kind of filled over to Arashi here. And I want to touch on, before we get into any more chaos here,
Mhm.
it is more of a late game build WLC is looking for, White Lotus is looking for, if I'm not mistaken. So getting this early first blood, especially onto the bot lane, unfortunately the support did get it, so it's not the end of the world, you know? But that's
Mhm.
still going into the pocket of the bot lane. That just makes it that much easier for them to transition into this mid to late game, no?
Yeah, for sure. But actually, check what's happening in bot lane again.
And
His
there
Lars
goes
is out.
right now, and I don't think this is it right now. Big dash, call it two. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but in theory, in on paper, it's a 2-for-1 trade. Going to get launched all the way back there. Toxic trying. Oh, going to dance on him. He knows he's good. Okay, you love to see the BM there. The wave's going to be pushed head over onto their side. He's got to try and slow push or try to crack
He's
in.
living to his name. He's living to his
I
name.
love
He's
it.
just being
I love it.
toxic in bot lane.
I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
really.
I mean, it's great.
You know that that's the kind of sweet toxic. It's not like super
Mm.
toxic like he's doing that trash talking. Actually, trash talking is fine.
Yeah, as
Unless
long as you
if,
keep
if
it, yeah, keep it respectful.
yeah, if it's not
Exactly.
personal, it's totally fine. Yeah, some people get triggered, but yeah, being
Hey,
respectful into trash talking is important.
hey, mental warfare is part of the game, my guy. You get someone tilted to
It
the point
is.
that they're now focusing you and wasting important abilities and spells on you instead of the ADC. I love doing that as a tank support. I troll a lot on tank support because I want you to focus me. I want you to get mad at me and try to catch me, because most of the time you should not be focusing me. Like, and if you're frustrated and not playing the game, that's one less person I really got to deal with, right?
Yeah, and if that person is your AD carry or your support, so you got it's either the main damage
Oh,
dealer tunnel visioned into you,
oh,
or the
Choo-choo coming
main
through. Big
damage.
pick up. Silent Heart's gonna
Woohoo!
flash it. Oh man, Arashi trying to bait it out. He's gonna take 3 shots for free. Tilted Pizza's gonna get a little speed boost off the grumps. Try to pick something up. Silent Hearts looks very juicy. Is
She's out.
going right now. He's gonna get the feet of warfare. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. We're gonna head down to the bot lane though. We're gonna see the wave come down, and it's gonna be a 3-for-3 Toxic on the run right now. But Alberto here for the response for the bot lane. Heck, gonna get the knock up here. Alberto
Ultimate
stealth
ready.
comes in. Big damage coming in. Hyper Echelon gonna find 1. That's gonna be 2 for the side of Syndicate. Scratch that. That might be 3 unless Alberto makes some crazy moves. And that is not what you want to see onto the bot lane right there.
3-4-0, but at the same time you can see Azir trying to hover bot lane to just catch the wave. He can go for the 1v3. He's not gonna look for the crazy blaze. Maybe Talia got low mana. I think he's just like trying not to contest her because he believed that someone is actually in the bushes,
Maybe.
someone in the curtain. So they won the mental game and they won the kills, both of them.
Right.
They might have lost some tempo, but speaking of winning, they got everything that they need. But pushed, and the mid they're gonna catch it anyway. So right now, the last team fight just started. You don't have your Wukong's ultimate, you don't have Lucian's ultimate, you don't have ultimate that will help you improve or like get better in team fights or just like sustaining the team fights. So that was the main problem for the WLC. And also I have just watched it, like Lucian is playing Thunder the Sky, not Thunder the Sky, Electrocute. Huh.
That is a little off there. I did not even notice that.
I was gonna say Thunderlord, by the way.
That can't be a misclick. Oh, Shurima shuffle in the mid lane, add in the Cyclone, the flash knock away into the slow rocks, but it's not gonna be enough there. That's gonna be a great pickup there. But with that call, Syndicate's gonna rotate over onto the Hextech Drake. Let's see how White Lotus responds. Void Grub's just been spawned right now. The vision is more towards Syndicate right now. Let's see how they go out with this, though. Ooh, check out the top side there. Choo-choo train coming up for Arashi. He does get the knockup. He finds the passive yet again. Silent Hearts on the run. Has the slow knock in from the Q. Flash and the fireball. Arashi picks it up 2-1 right now. Headed down over onto the river here for this first dragon.
It's
And I think
just
we're gonna get it
insane.
passed over. Oh,
Yeah, like this player, he wins 2v1s, he wins 1v1s, he's really good on the side lane, and right now he can see the damage coming from the Lucian. He had to pop off this ultimate, flash in, knocks up 2 members.
Nice. Chain Corruption gonna be added there as well. Slayer doesn't have the mana for this, and it's gonna walk a weird way there. You know your jungler is on Dragon right now, and Toxic somehow gonna save him out of a very terrible situation and just kind of thumbs up the homie. That's actually a little ridiculous here.
It is actually Toxic and Slayer, one of those spot lanes that you gotta watch out for them. They are really good,
Right.
and also we have seen them a lot playing together. They have the lane dominance, they have their ways into getting back into team fights. I have some notes on to Slayer. I don't feel that he got the best position in team fights, but he actually knows how to deliver the early game well.
Right. And I mean, he got an early lead there. If it wasn't for that 3v3 skirmish, they'd be ahead right now, you know? Well, overall, I still gotta say the edge does definitely still fall to Toxic Slayer. Kind of sounds like a metal band. I'm gonna hold on to that thought though real quick as we get back over to the top side. It's gonna just be an even trade there. Bottom lane going to crash that wave. As we do see Tilted Pizza headed over from the red, looking like a top lane gank right now on approach. But
It's
I don't
hard,
know
you
if to
can't.
dive. Yeah, right. You can't dive the Ornn,
can't.
but you might be able to bait him out right there. Silent Heart's gonna try to find a mark there. Not gonna get it.
He got
The
it,
bowling
but
ball's
like,
gonna hit.
you know, even if you got the rolling ball, even if you got the ultimate, even if you got
Uh-huh.
the grand slam from Fury, everything landed, you
Uh-oh.
can't kill the Ornn
Uh-oh.
unless you're gonna trade your hulls, your love. But now you can see the Cyclone Mr. Wukong tries to disengage.
Yeah, that was a weird approach there. The sleep is gonna get used out, between, excuse me, from Lilia there from the side of Syndicate. A little
Push
difficult.
cooldowns.
Train is calling, and now she's separated. Weaver Wall was going, but the channel's going to get blocked. The Cyclone going to land. Upper Echelon in a terrible position right now. Double Cyclone is going to go. Tilted Pizza and Hep rotating back over for the team. But here comes the Shurima Shuffle. They're going to find one. The 1v1 on the bot lane is going to be two for the side of White Lotus. Continuing the fight. Delta is going to find a third. Hep on the run, and it's not looking good. Tilted Pizza not going to be able to provide a lot of support. B are going to be on a killing spree right now. And the driver's seat has definitely been pushed over to the side of White Lotus.
Arashi again for the ultimate. Actually use it perfectly to cancel
Right.
the higher Mr. Higher
Upper,
Echo?
higher echelon, higher epic.
Higher Echo. I can't see it. Like, I have to get too closer to the screen to see it. Higher Echelon get caught by Arashi's ultimate. And then he just had Per going for the Shurima Shuffle, going for the kill, and that actually opened an angle for you to get the damage done and to get the numbers advantage in the team fight. You don't have the EP source of damage, the main source of damage. You don't have early game. Lilia is not that scary. What's scary is what's happening in bot lane. Talia moving forward and looking to have Toxic in a bad position.
This is a good approach here. Separate the two from each other, and it kind of negates a lot of the healing there. But somehow, some way, this 3v2, they have them on the run. Toxic just giving them the thumbs up. It's all good here, man. It is A-okay in the bot lane right now. I'm not sure Hep knows that he's on a ward right now. One disappears, and there goes the soccer kick right there. Hep on a run and in a bad position. There goes the shot, but Hep canceling out the ult. The fire just a little too late. But here comes Beer with the shuffle in a terrible position. Tilted Pizza's going to respond with a perfect ult into the queue to get that shutdown, and that's just going to be a great pickup there from Syndicate. You see Hip there getting a little BM there, just trying to match it back. Toxic's vibe, I love it.
Tilted Pizza, he got the shutdown, and also speaking of shutdowns, he have the Leandri's completed Slayer. He's just trying to extend his lead, looking forward to have the fight. Lilton Lullaby, he got cancelled immediately. That's the thing, you have Toxic's ultimate, you have everything settled
sure.
down and ready for to just like, yeah, I'm just gonna try to start a team fight. Never mind, he got it out of the way.
That was looking like a good positioning there for them, but he's just gonna walk on out of there. You're gonna try to shuffle on in, but just gonna get rejected and slid it back to the left there. Turret platings are going to just fall momentarily within the next 30 seconds. As you come and check over onto the gold, a 2k gold lead for the side of White Lotus right now. Looking over on into terms of items, first items already locked in just about for everybody here. And we mentioned this a few minutes ago. The later this game goes for White Lotus, the better it is for them. They get access to the Ornn items, they get access to all those special doohickeys there. So what is Syndicate's options right now? They kind of have to start going almost 0 to 100, just start pumping the brakes. But if they kind of mess up more, it just makes the situation even worse for them. So what's really the best out for them right now?
Actually, the best thing that they have right now is Fiora having the push into the top side, having the blades, having everything into her side. Right now, she's still trying to have a small skirmish, trying to catch the Emilio. If he got Toxic out of the way, he can easily win the team fight. That's the way that you need to win a team fights. The thing is, if you're outscaling Lucian, you can't, because basically you have the Ornn's item, which is gonna bring him back a little bit for an extra 5 minutes. And
Hep damage, okay! Maybe he is cooking up with that Hep in like about 20% right now. Slayer just gonna keep pushing forward here. Does have the Essence Reaver here. Estella gonna try and get the knock up there. Trying to help the team there, but here comes the fire from Emilio, and here comes Slayer pushing on in. Barry gonna proc. The second shot is gonna be enough there. It will be a 2-for-1 special on the bot lane, but that's still falling over to the side of White Lotus, as Dragon is now gonna be spawned and just pretty much picked up for free.
The damage coming out from Slayer is just crazy, even though he got only the Essence Reaver. And speaking of damage, speaking of everything, thank you, Mr. Last, for the cool
Right.
transition, the cool movement. And speaking of cool movement, right now you can see SYN trying to cross map or cross
I
play
don't know if
what's
this is it
happening in bot
though.
lane. Oh boy.
Coming, everyone split up. The deer in the back, gonna be force flash there. Upper echelon on the run as well too. Beer trying to get somewhat of a
Guy was
close
looking for
double
the
there.
eye.
Pep gonna get the knockup. He is gonna be able to pick up the objective for the homies, but will he pay for it with his life? It
Rest in
looks
peace,
like
King.
he is going to. Good knockup. Is it gonna be enough though? It's not. Unfortunately, he does get the objective, but it will cost him his life there. That's gonna be a little more pocket money for the side of White Lotus. Got to
Huh?
give it to him going in and doing his job there.
Rest in peace, King. You got the eye, you got everything that you need. It is just a support like Alistair fourth
Real life,
death.
man.
Yeah, man. You gotta donate some to get your team the things that you're actually looking
Small
for.
investment.
As
It was
long,
a small investment.
yeah, you're trading your health with
Uh-oh.
a bigger objective.
Speaking of life there, but there goes the shuffle wombo combo in the mid lane. Abtello Toxic with the assist helping out Beer to get this mid lane, crushing down Hep in the curtains there, trying to rotate back, but I don't think they're gonna make it in time to survive this first tower here. And that's looking all aces there for the side of White Lotus.
A lot of stuff that's happening right now into the game, and Michael is actually trying to have something, trying to fish in bot lane. Michael is the jungle for SY, and speaking of something,
Somehow, some way, Toxic getting into a 1v1 situation and gonna be able to get it, but it looks like it's about to be sleepy time. But change that. The caffeine comes in, the Red Bull's kicking. Slayer looking to try to get a little more, but that Weaver's Wall gonna come in just in time, being able to find that shutdown for them. Beer on the way for Toxic, and somehow, some way, Fiora finds a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel there, be able to pick up one and the shutdown as well. So that's two shutdowns over to the side of Syndicate, but you can check out the gold right now. The deficit is still just about 4,000. As we do rotate back over, Hip going to stop that Beer from recalling there, but not much else gonna write home about there.
what's really interesting right now that they're looking into not losing a lot of objectives across the map, across the game, and they're trying to trade gold. It's not the best, but you're doing your best into not losing everything. Speaking of everything, you can see the Lilia is just
Yeah.
shuffling into base.
See, there's the issue right there that lies in the issue. You're so far behind, you're so focused on to picking up and trying to get back, you're not even realizing where you are, and then you put yourself that much further. You took a step to go back 3. Like, that's a little rough there. Not to say the least there. The red's going to be passed over back over to White Lotus as well too. So what did you really gain there?
He gave them some gold.
I guess there's some golden experience, but man, you could have picked that up somewhere else. Let's be real.
No, he gave them some gold. He
Oh yeah,
didn't
he
pick up.
gave them. Yeah, right. You
Yeah,
gave them more. And check that
Yeah, yeah.
bot lane gold diff right now. It is a 2K gold lead between the two of them.
Even though that Lucian got hard camped early game and he died
Right.
like 2 or 3 times, but the thing is, like, even though you got camped, even though they tried to get you out of the game, but he kept up building the CS difference. He kept up building his lead, and right now the Thunderlord, not the Thunderlord, it's the what's the new name of Thunderlord? I'm just losing it right.
Underlord, Thunder Sky?
No, Thunderlord, like the old runes, it's now red.
Oh, Electrocute. Electrocute.
Yeah, I don't know, like I got the Thunderlord
Thunderlord sounds way
nostalgia.
cooler. What? Thunderlord
Yeah.
sounds way cooler than Electrocute. What? Heck yeah, I like that so much better. I think that's what that's Electrocute now. We got a petition for that one. Petition
I
for
miss
Electrocute
Thunderlord, to be
Thunderlords.
honest.
Oh man, that's good, dude. I like that. Thunderlord Strike. Oh, I like that. Thunderlord Squall. Hey, oh, speaking of Squall here, big damage coming in from the side of Alberto there. Gonna force them out of their own jungle. Took the pizza, just trying to put the sleep to just put the Jets away. And that's when you know you're in a really bad position there. You are not using the sleepy time for engage. You're using it to escape.
You can't even access your own jungle. And the
Right.
Dragon Soul is gonna go to White Lotus. And I believe White Lotus are just playing the game by the book. You're getting yourself the objectives. You're trying to have 3 lanes pushed or like trade some objectives on the other side. I like that 4 members are going to our sub, going for Arashi and going for the tier 2 top lane. Arashi just melts the turret and he's out.
Oh man, we said they didn't have CC, but yet somehow we are mistaken as we just watch Ornn get stuck there for a good 5 seconds. Articon will be scooped over from the side of White Lotus. Arashi will somehow pick up Pep. I'm not too sure how, but okay.
Hmm? I mean, like that. So White Lotus didn't lose a lot, maybe.
Not really.
I don't know how. I don't know how did he get caught of the turret aggro? Did he get his hand on Azir? Not sure. Maybe the E buffer. You know the E buffer.
Maybe.
Maybe it touched Azir,
Maybe.
so the turret shifted into him. But the thing is, like, the turret had to reset the not the aggro, the damage.
Boom, baby! The meanest Shurima shuffle there. Higher Echelon just on the run. Gotta respect the Emperor themselves. Just not having the best game right now. I mean, honestly, at 2-3-3, it's not even honestly that bad. It's just not enough right now compared to Beer, who is at 3-1-4 right now. Slayer gonna slide over and just get sent back with the meanest Uno reverse card there. Not much going to be said there after that. Silent Heart's gonna be able to take out that tier 3 in the bot lane. They are trying to close the gap, and you got to give it over to Syndicate. They are really starting to close out this gold difference. Check it out there. It was near 4K gold deficit, and now we're looking at almost a little less than 1,000.
Fiora Impact, that's Fiora Impact right now. Even though, like she got like a lot of gold when it comes to having silent pressure, and right now you're trying to trade with her. The other thing is, like, even though you said like 3-1-4 pair in mid lane, but like look at the goal difference is going to Talia. That's because of the difference in CS. Like CS is important. Having difference in almost 40 CS into your side is something you can't handle. Right now, you're trying to push bottoms, looking for a team fight and looking for the perfect angle to start it. You spotted Azir and you got the flick back.
Tilted gonna walk into a bush. That is not a very comfortable or proper situation there. Hep on the run, looking to try to get it. The meanest shuffle there, gonna cut off the rest of the team. Good call from Beer, and that might be game one closing out right here in front of our eyes by the beautiful play there from White Lotus.
Beautiful play, and Toxic stepping up into the game using the perfect ultimate to give 3 members of his teammates QSS to survive whatever it's happening. Right now they're just trying to push the mid lane. Inhibitor turret is out, and right now I believe that they are gonna try to be cool, play around the top side of the map to get the Atakan and the Baron Nashor, which is your second objective that you should be focusing on.
Yeah, no, Baron is the perfect call here. I do like the call for the push for the mid lane, just to kind of get themselves plenty of time to reset. So Syndicate really can't go for the 50-50. I also like that they didn't dedicate themselves into a full push on to the inhib and then tossing Baron in foresight there. So, or in hindsight. So overall, really good plays here. 10k gold lead right now. 10 kill gold, 10 kill lead for the side of White Lotus. 3k, or excuse me, yeah, now changing to a 3k gold lead. It seems that White Lotus has everything that they need right now to look for the closeout here. There, I think the Force Baron calls a great pick here, as we do see Silent Hearts trying to go for some vision down into the bot lane, maybe go for a split push advantage here. does
You
not
need
have
to
that
contest.
to TP, and that is going to be a little difficult here as both top laners are not going to be here. 4K left right now,
Oh,
and
look
they're
at the
starting to
damage.
count down. The damage just too real right now. Smite going to be secured there, and that's going to be an easy pickup for the side of White Lotus.
Even though like they got the Baron, but I believe that Talia right now have some damage. You can count on her in team
Yeah.
fights. Also, the lilting Lilliput Lilia. The problem is he can't use her ultimate early on team fights. You have to just find the perfect moment to use it. So right now the question is, how will you open your team fight if it's not only by Lilia's ultimate or like the Bolivizer from Alistair? You have two options. The third, maybe it's only the flip back from Mrs. Talia, but the flip back will help you only get one catch. If you get a really good catch, you can just keep forcing on the team
Nope.
fight.
No, you're 100% right. We also mentioned earlier while we were going through draft that we wanted to see more of a top lane situation, more of a top lane priority, so we can see Silent Hearts kind of carry this through a split push or just kind of an assassination attempt on the back line possible. And we didn't see much of that. We saw a lot of focus onto Slayer and Toxic and for those gameplays to kind of fall through. And now we kind of see where we are right now. I hope Syndicate can kind of figure out, go to the drawing board and get something else going for this game too, because there's really not too much that they can do to get themselves back into this. They're
You
gonna
need to
push
just
back
have
that
the
wave
perfect
here.
timing from Alistair. Yeah, Alistair having
Yeah.
four people to stack. The ultimate flash Q maybe?
Yup, but the team's not there for it. And now at 30% with no flash, she's that engaged, that four-man engage going to be that much harder to find. Bowling ball only going to
Mm.
find three there, no sleep going. Baron, plenty of time right now, got a minute left onto it. Azir on the rotation here. Alistar is
Quick
going to have to push
question.
back here.
You need
Waiting
to
on the
wait
wave
for it.
now.
Cannon is up.
Here we go.
Let's see, forcing
Aggressive
the turret.
pushes here. Silent Heart
Tier
trying to
2.
pick up some of the wave. T2 is gonna fall, gonna crumble there. Saleya's gonna
Azir
get
is
pushed
pushing
back in
mid.
too. So two lanes
You're
being
looking.
pushed right now for the side of White Lotus. Looking for an opening here. Unstoppable. Gonna stop the knock up there. Arashi. Good reaction. Gonna take a lot of damage. Gonna have to flash back there. The fire on from Milo there to continue moving forward. The train being called to separate the team. The Shurima Shuffle Wobble Combo. Gonna find one. Add in the Cyclone to make it three. The sleep coming in a little too late. Scratch that. There is no sleep as Milo gives everybody a shot of Red Bull there. That's gonna be three. Four clean for zero, and that's definitely going to be game one for the side of White Lotus as they try and push and greed out for this last kill here, looking for the actual ace, and they get it. GG's, well played.
It's a slaughter. You got the perfect engage. You got Arashi actually using the Orn Horn, using the train choo choo to
Oh,
get
yeah.
your virus out of the equation, to get everything that you're looking for in a team fight. Then the follow up, Mr. Beer with the Shurima Shuffle. Gets your carries, gets to the back line, and gets everything that you need. First game of
GG.
the best of five. White Lotus are actually stepping up into their name.
GG's, well played. A great game overall there. Not much to say for the most part. Everything was looking great for them. You can't ask for much more from their side. On the other hand, Syndicate has a lot to work forward there. Looking over on to chat, people were questioning kind of the Alistar pick. I definitely feel that there was a counter pick situation there. Mid lane looking great. We really didn't touch on how well Jungle was there with Wukong.
Mm.
The mix there between both was fantastic overall.
I mean, he had your moments. He had everything. They played around the cross map correctly. Both teams. I felt there was like not a huge gap, but some gap into team fights, and like to be able to get back from this situation, you need to play it really perfectly. You have to use your damage, your telepoke into the correct persons, or like the into Lucian, into Azir, and then only by having a little chance of lilting Lullaby not landing into Toxic's ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
That was your only call to be able to win the team fight, or you can just like kill Toxic. You didn't have either of those, so that's it for you. The first game, it's off. You gotta get back, as you have mentioned before, into the board and look forward what you're gonna do into the rest of the best of five.
All right. With that being said, Carnation will take it 1-0. Sim Cracker's going to have to dust themselves off and try again. This is best of five, so they have plenty of time to figure it out. Once we get back, we will get into game two picks and drafts. But with that being said, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Mark Academy, we will be right back.
What does it mean to be happy? Cause it looks like we all don't know. Glass half full or empty. Man, we just putting on a show. Try to look to the heavens to tell us things that we beg to know. Like what did this all mean? There's no tomorrow. Oh, you know, I try to find a purpose in my life to drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside. To drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside. Try to look to the heavens to tell us things that we beg to know. Like what did this all mean? There's no tomorrow. Oh, you know, I try to find a purpose in my life to drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside. A broken dreamer is your mind. All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. Through the darkness into the night. A broken dreamer is your mind. All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. Through the darkness into the night.
One action.
Hey guys, we are back. What is going on? It is your boy Huey Yoshikage here. Well, on the table is Sekio. If you guys are just tuning in over to Merc Academy, it is Emerald Finals. And our guys, White Lotus, Carnation is up one right now. Santa Crackers falling behind. Only one game though. It is a best of five. But I gotta say, for a game of one, that was a pretty dominant performance into the mid game. It was very back and forth, but it feels like White Lotus definitely kind of started to understand the homework there and really just started pumping out the numbers there. How do you feel? Are you with me on
I
that
feel
one,
like
Sekiro?
yeah,
Or
yeah, for sure, for sure. Like
all right, cool.
White Lotus, I believe that they won before they even entered the game. Having the melee counter
Right,
your whole
right.
composition is just crazy. You have mentioned like we don't see a lot of melee back in time, but right now you can see her a lot in the picks,
Mhm.
which makes more sense right now, like because basically she's not the an S tier meta in most of the composition of like most of the times, but whenever you have a really good angle for her, you just go for her. That's the rule. Like you pick it because you're gonna win. And
Mhm.
when I thought of Nami Lucian in botlane, I said like, nah, Millie is better.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think?
mean it worked for them, and I'm not the biggest fan of Lucian. I don't. I'm not very happy where he is. I really enjoyed how Kaiser cut through, or excuse me, how Slayer rocked out with that Lucian electric build. Really interesting concept there, and it worked perfectly. Even the focus falling onto the bot lane, Slayer and Toxic both coming out on top pretty well there. So overall, everything was going. Beer even being counterpicked higher Echelon. I wouldn't say it's an extreme counterpick per se, but Talia definitely has the advantage over Azir in the lane
It
phase,
does.
and Beer coming out on top with only one death under their belt. Perfect. We also kind of didn't even really mention so much of a jungle lead there. I think it was almost a 2K gold gap there for, excuse me, for the side of White Lotus. So I'm kind of concerned for Sin Crackers right now, and I'm interested to see what they're going to bring fully to the table right now.
Ooh.
Because almost every I wouldn't say,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, okay, see, I wouldn't say it's do and die, but it's time to put out some of your aces and show off some of your professional cards. From where we're at right now, I'm gonna say that that wasn't Sin's Crackers full team right there. That was a little test there, and now we're gonna see both sides really go off here. And as you can check out this first round right now, we have a pretty, pretty crazy first round here.
I mean, like White Lotus having Ambessa and I don't know, Camille in one team. Like
A little
Ambessa,
crazy, no?
we have seen her before early on the jungle. It's not it got like a really good first base clear because basically the AoE damage that comes out from her Q and the shields, the whole kit itself, it's really good. But I believe that they are going for the full scaling composition. Maybe you need some really good engagers. You can't have you can have Rel, having Rel and Bessa. Oh, the mother and daughter combo, maybe. Where is the daughter of Ambassador, right?
I thought Mel. Nah, Mel's her daughter. Mel's her daughter.
Yeah,
But
Mel.
Rel
Oh,
got
Mel, not
studied.
Rel. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Rel did get studied on by Noxus, and yo, that might be some hidden lore. I could definitely see that being some hidden lore, though, because I'm pretty sure Rel has some Black Lotus lines, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I think that's the right one. Whatever one
Speaking
LeBron
of lore, yeah, actually, I read a lot of stuff about Rel. She was basically she got taught how to not taught like she had some special abilities as one of her town. She's from Shurima, not Shurima, like one of Shurima's villages, and she had the ability to melt. Um,
manipulate the
n-
metal. Bro's like
yeah, manipulate the metal.
she's like a light Magneto.
Yeah, she's kinda,
Little
and
bit.
also not only metal gold and
Yup.
one other thing, which made her a lot like useful whenever you can use her into your side. When not Nox, yeah, when Noxus actually invaded her town, they got her into their training sessions and they made her one of their most important fighters. Then she fought over Noxus. Like she didn't like what's happening in Noxus, and she swing it to the other side of the map, or like the table. She's not interested in
Go.
being a Noxian. After like being one of the most important fighters for Noxus.
I mean, let's be real. After being kidnapped and studied on, would you want to be would you want to be out there like that?
Oh,
Come on.
actually, I remembered why she. I have
I
just
wouldn't want to be
remembered
there
why
either.
she
They killed
didn't
her friends too. Don't
complete it.
forget.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Whenever she fights someone, she win over him. She gets her their powers, and they like threw them away into some cave, and they died. So that's why she got angry from Noxus. After she got all the superpowers, she just felt like, oh no, I'm fighting
Crazy.
you all, I'm killing you all, and she actually killed her master in one of her fights.
Wild. Wild. I mean that is definitely some Noxus energy though. 100%. Putting kids up and taking them
She
down.
got
But I
them.
mean that's
Yeah.
how it works, bro. I mean honestly, if we're being honest, it sounds like a slight skill issue. Sounds like a slight skill diff there. Speaking of skill diff, how do you feel for this draft pick here? I feel, excuse me, Sin Crackers kind of went kind of crazy here. No, Affiliate's just getting the recent updates too and getting the buff. I feel like they really kind of went all out on this one.
Yeah, Sin Crackers having a really good composition, having the Syndra Pantheon in mid jungle, also having your Braum as your first wall, as your main carrier. Speaking of Braum, he got the Orn's Door, like that's something related to the
Yep.
lore. So that's why it's unbreakable will. He can just
Yes,
like
sir.
have damage going through Ord's door because basically he's the one who
Exactly.
crafted every mythical item in not Shurima in the whole what was it called? The universe of League of Legends? Let's
Oh,
just call
Freyord.
it
Oh, well, they're Freyord, but the whole universe, I think it's Runeterra, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
the whole the Runeterra. Basically, every mythical item, mythical weapon, everything is crafted under Orn's build. So you gotta have like a strong door, which got into the hands of Mr. Braum, which is currently one of your main source of safety this game. You're
Oh yeah,
safe under Braum's build.
it's a good pick here. I also enjoyed the Syndra pick there. I am a huge fan of Syndra right now, especially just where they are with how mid lane items are. And I mean, it's a point and click. It's a point and click. There's real
Hmm?
not much issue there for the ult. All you gotta do is aim scatter the weak, and then you just hit R. That's it.
Yeah, and you're gonna be having a lot of damage, scatter the weak. The damage is through the ultimate, as you mentioned before. So you're having a winning lane top side, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember what's gonna be playing versus Nor, but Nor is one of
Camille,
those champions that.
Camille, and
Who?
Ambessa. Camille and Bessa.
Camille. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
wait.
yeah.
It's not a winning lane top lane, but
Into
it's
wait, wait,
skilled.
into
It's
Nar,
skilled.
into Nar, into Nar.
Not
Excuse
into
me.
Camille.
Who wins? Who wins?
Who wins early game or like before Nars get into the mega, not the, yeah, the mega Nar. It's
Level
of course Nar.
three, level three mini Nar. Who wins?
Level 3 mini Nar, it's Nar, but level 6 it's Camille.
Okay, you heard it here first, folks. As we get on into it, Syndicate will be playing the bot lane or the blue side here, and is playing the bot lane right now. We have the four-man rotation right now. Not too sure what they're scheming, but I do like they're trying to cook something up here onto the second game. Let's see if they're gonna go for the full push here. Slayer's gonna get the call there. Gonna force the flash away out of fear. I mean, to be honest, I'd be scared too. So I think it's a good call just to kind of give it the flash for 5 minutes, especially how early we are into the game.
Yeah, basically you have the perfect angle to engage right now. Look at the damage.
Sick. Walking over, just kind of hanging out. The flash going to be propped there too.
Huh?
And now see right there on
Wait,
that other hand, that was
no.
an unneeded flash there.
No way. Like, okay,
Right.
There is something. Why didn't you even like store W into Pantheon when you're just invading?
100%.
Like, why did you even look for the Q? I know the Q will give you the extra damage, the yada yada, the critical
Yeah,
will
yeah.
skill
Yep, yep.
everything. But like, give your team extra 2 seconds of CC. You have the mantra W out of having your Everything scaled. Okay, I feel it's just like stepped out of the bushes,
Oh, I
looked
like this from
for
Hep.
to
I
freeze
like
the
this from
waves.
Hep here. Just trying to control and know you don't have the money here to really be cashing out anything extra. Ooh, Toxic gonna find a knock up there. Kaiser with the long rifle gonna put in the damage. Toxic gonna take the full stun from the frostbite there. Gonna get stunned as well. This is very even in the bot lane here. Pots are going to be used onto the side of Philios out of his pot right there. So I feel the trade more winning over onto the side of White Lotus on that point. Level 2 is going to land there for the bot lane on the opposite end for Syndicate. I don't think much more is going to be there as they do match levels.
I
Man,
like the fact that Syndicate have 3 lanes pushed. Yeah, come again.
right. I was gonna say, break down Aphelios, bro, because it's been, I don't know, 15 years since Aphelios has been out.
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
like he's getting
oh,
slight advantage into his kit right now. Pantheon is fishing. He got the flash. You know
oh,
that
he got
no
it.
one in bot
Toxic
lane have
doesn't have
flash.
flash either. Right. This is a great call, honestly.
Why can't you just
This is
flash in
oh, there
W?
it is. There it is. Nice. You called it. Toxic gonna get the knock up there. Not gonna be able to go back towards the team. He's gonna try to hold on and wait there for him. But first blood is going to be found for the side of Syndicate. I do like that he waited there a bit, but he let it rip. Find the flash there. Ooh. Excuse me. Rashi going to go in themselves too. Gonna miss the hook shot knock up there. So the trade not gonna be fantastic. The Silent Hearts doesn't have a lot of rage there. So I think they gotta kind of have to respect that Camille positioning, no?
If Camille got the ignite, it will be like very close. And right now, Camille is
Ah,
looking for the
nice.
1v1.
Gonna force the hop there. Gonna force the flash from both ends there. Hex Tech Shield going to proc and adding on that little BM going to get the
Flash
flash there.
Camille!
Steel Hearts now almost near rage, but he's not at the point just yet that he will get the into the flip. This might be a bait here. I do like the control
It
Silent
is.
Hearts here with the rage. Good call here. Gonna bounce forward here. Hookshot going to go from Arachi, but I think Silent Hearts kind of projected that a bit. No,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
the best actor there.
he had to wait a little bit more. He had the
Right,
flash out of Camille. Like, speaking of flash, Camille, like
right.
that's the first time I see Camille playing flash since 2016. Since Camille got released to League of Legends, it's not something that you see that much. Like playing flash, Camille. I know you're playing versus now, but it's not a hard losing matchup. You have to just play TP ignite, play it slow, play it around the bushes. That's the way
Mhm.
you should be playing into a ranged top lane. Play around the bushes, make him waste his vision, and open an angle for your Ambessa to get closer to you, or just like farm it out till you have level 6, till you have your Trinity Force to be able to trade and get some HP back. Just saying.
I mean, even losing the wave there a bit, 200 is going to be falling into the pocket of Silent Hearts. That's not much to write home, but if that continues to extend there, for higher Echelon, they're going to kind of just check that bush blind for free. Doesn't see the mid laner in bush. I guess going to just assume that they went back and going to take like half their life there for that check. Not the best position to be, letting Beard just kind of rack up that tier there. I think a 4 CS lead there for the bot lane.
I like the fact that server is actually capable of matching Aphelios pressure and Aphelios
Right,
CS. That's really good for White Lotus, which means you're not losing that much as long as you can get into some gold, not
Mhm.
losing or like not having a huge deficit in gold. That's the way that you're looking for. I know that you're losing blades, you're losing some, but like that's League of Legends. You win some, you
Right.
lose some. You gotta wait till late game. Whenever
Momentum,
you hit
baby.
the late game, you got it.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
momentum right now, and it's definitely onto the side of Syndicate right now. who's just going to try to continue pushing things further here and start the dragon here. Jump back going to fall forward there. Toxic going to get the knockup. Alberto coming in after a big farming here. Not level 6 just yet. A lot of damage falling from the side of White Lotus. Hep going to find the mark there. That's going to be another one. The Feudal Warfare going to get claimed. Syndicate is now 3-0 right now. And I don't think that was the right call there. I think White Lotus could have continued pushing out there and farming for that level 6 there.
I believe that White Lotus needs to do something, which is like you bring Camille to bot lane, make her get some XP and give some free scaling to Sever, maybe. That's a good option, because right now you have more than 10 CS and lead in both lanes, so you gotta do something quick to remove some, to have some relief distress, maybe? Or just either having this or make Camille go for the hula hoop wombo combo, try to get the 1v1 advantage, and it's either it goes your way or you get out of the game.
It's you're just going for a 50-50, and then if not the 50, just call it go next. Okay. I mean, it's a solid opening here from the side of Syndicate. Everything going their way. All lanes are ahead, which is always a very scary thought. They don't have that late game option like they did with the Ornn pick there. Camille does have a late game, but it's not anything to write home about. It's not an Ornn late game where you get extra mythics type deal as well too. Beer is a late game option, but kind of falling out in terms of CS right now. And Pantheon having the money that they do, they definitely can make light work of a immobile champ such as Rise.
Pantheon actually is spending a lot of time without recalling. That got him slower in base something, but right now he gets the items in his inventory. Right now you can see that they're looking to dive Mrs. Sever, the last bloodline to Azir.
There we go. Big speed run right now. Add in the stun. Hemp making it look easy. Gonna put the shield up, although that doesn't block the tower, so that was just to look cool. And maybe to block something else coming through, maybe a little bit of minion damage, but they're gonna get a clean dive there. Big CC coming from the side of Silent Hearts as the Meganar is going to put in the work. The Hex Tech Gate going to lock him in though, and that rage is slowly starting to fall. And here comes Umbrella, public execution going to lock in, put him in a blender. Nard trying to jump away. The Hex Tech gonna jump out, get away, go into a bush, and try to cancel at least 2 attacks there. Tilted Pizza does not win this 1v1 right now unless do the items give him. Alberto trying to put him into a blender right now. Very close.
He's the shield.
Q gets the shield, knock up, finish it up. The #1 duelist. Alberto picks it up, a very clean 2 that is definitely needed from the side of White Lotus.
Alberto and White Lotus are getting back into the game. You know that whenever your team is not that far ahead, you need to get some gold, you need to get some shutdown. And right now, speaking of gold, speaking of objective, he got 3 Void Grubs, which is just insane. Into White Lotus. Like if I'm on the other team, if I'm swinging onto the other side of the map, I will always contest fights, contest objectives, contest everything that comes to my mind. And right now, Camille, even though that she didn't get kills, she's slowly fading out the advantage that Nora is getting. So whenever she hits level 11, you know that no one can just stop her in the side lane. Just mark my words. Not 11, level 13 to be exact. Level 13, no one can stop her.
Those voids make a huge difference there. Not that far behind on terms of CS there. Not going to go on the side of Toxic. Gonna win out that trade there. And the gold starting to continue to... It's not going further than 2k. Are kind of stopping the bleeding right now.
And it's shifting, you know that the dragon is 1 minute 20 seconds away. That's one of your core options that you're gonna be looking for in the next few minutes or like the next few seconds. Right now you can see that Nor is just trying to provide her, like prevent her from fighting out. Right now the Sky Descendant is here.
Oh, Tilted Pizza, this is a good call. Heroics approach there. Gonna get the stun, knock in. Here goes higher Elkalon. The knockup going to go in as well. Alberto at 10%. Not gonna dodge the spear. Tilted Pizza gonna find an easy marking there. and continue pushing forward. And that's going to be an easy dragon call there as well too, in the pockets of Syndicate.
The Spartan Warrior, you had him, you
Oh
had
yeah.
the Pantheon, and you had everything. And right now, the momentum is just shifting between both teams. It's either SYN or White Lotus. You get a kill somewhere, and you get the Thunder the Sky finally into the hands of
Oh yeah.
your 300 Warrior, in the hands of your Warrior that coming
Ooh,
from another dimension.
coming through Arachi. Very scary stuff. The damage starting to really start to fall now for Nor there. Not even afraid to be
Oh
in the
boy.
midi Nor. Arashi in a very dangerous spot right now. Silent Heart's gonna go for the hop. Get the boomerang. Catches it. No dodging here from the side of White Lotus, man. These are some pretty standard spells that just kind of go from body. You would think there'd be some kind of dodging here.
Maybe on the other side, you can see that they're still pushing bot. They have the mid brio, they have the boot brio, and they might just like contest the dragon. And if you try to contest the Drake, you know that you're losing it. Speaking of the first of the fight on top side, I like the fact that Nor went for the double rocket rocks and not
Yes.
rocket, double rocks, which end up having a lot of damage into Camille and Arashi losing a lot of HP.
Mm.
Then you went for the hoop and the boom ring. You zoned him a lot of CS. You made him lose turret plates, CS, XP, and you're just in the top lane right now. 1k advantage in the hands of Nor.
Very unfortunate. The hemorrhaging was stopping for the side of White Lotus, but it seems Syndicate kind of realized that and we're like, hey, look, we got to kind of put some butt to belt right now. And speaking of, White Lotus trying to close into Monster, cage him in, and somehow, someway, they find a way, and they get more money going into that pocket. That hemorrhaging starting to stop there again, wrapping up this wound. But you can't win just playing from behind there. You got to find some kind of lead there. And I would say Syndicate is definitely still in the foothold, completely fine in this match right now.
They do, but White Lotus actually did a really good play. You're looking for a cross map play, you can't contest that dragon. So basically
Right.
what you're going to do, you're gonna get the shutdown into the hands of Nor. You're gonna make it towards you a rush right now with the 3 Void Grubs and the damage through his Q, getting the first turret of the game, which is gonna help you a lot into the 3-4 fair matches. You lost the first one, so right now you're delaying the 3-4 fair, and maybe, just maybe, in the next objectives, you lost 2 dragons, you can contest the third one. And once you delay this advantage, you know that you're not losing the game, you're just slowly scaling and getting into the
Mhm.
comfort zone.
Yeah, it seems Syndicate here can't pass this 2K gold deficit right now. I'd like to see a little more shift their way. So I would be able to, as a player, breathe a sigh of relief. Like, all right, we're definitely cooking now. Like, you're doing great, but you're not. It's not enough to call it just a wrap just yet. There's still a little couple holes here in the ship that needs to be patched up before we can go full sailing. You know?
True. You need to scale, you need to get your holes done, and you need to use some wood to
No.
fix the ship. You just need to fix it. Speaking of fixing stuff, you can see that there is not a lot of huge difference in bot lane, but right now in top you can see the slaughter is gonna start.
Big hookshot going to go through, but that's not going to be enough. The 2v1 is just going to fall to the side of Syndicate there. The TPs and the heroic entrance going to make the rotation that much easier for them. And now it's just a little bit of too little, too late for the side of White Lotus as they start to fall to pieces there. And that's going to be an easy pickup off the Rift Herald there for Syndicate, grabbing, getting that plug that and one there. Looking for a bit more. That's going to be and 2 as Higher Echelon finds a solo kill on the Rakan roaming there in the mid lane.
Higher Echelon just gets it done. You get the kill, you're looking also to more objectives secured. You got the Rift Herald, you have 2 Drakes, you have mid turret, you have top turret. Right now, it's just it feels like you're snowballing the game and you're going to the side of the game that you know it's just a matter of time till we see the Nexus falls.
100% here. The stun going to go through. This is a 4v2 situation. And yeah, Arashi just going to get melted from Kaiser there. The Gravitron is active for Aphelios there, so he does add in and a little extra CC. A higher Echelon on the run doesn't have or a lot of mana. They are running away here. Beer looking to try to maybe close this one out there. Gonna get caught out yet again. Toxic on the run. Alberto don't have the damage here. They also have to retreat back there. So it will be 2 to 4 at best for the side of White Lotus, and I think they decide against it.
I feel they can keep going. Like Kaiser had his ultimate, he had everything set up to
Oh,
just like look forward and he can kill Toxic, he can get Slayer, he can get ahead even more and more in mid lane. But right now, you're getting tier 1 in both side, you have all tier 1s down and tier 2 in mid lane almost midlife. So you're having it, it's slow, but it's impactful.
yeah, no, this is where I wanted to see the team at. This is a 4K gold lead. This is a lot more comfortable lead. This is not alright GG's, but we are definitely in the position to call this game our own. To definitely tie up series here. And as long as they continue pushing forward here, it seems that Syndicate really learned what they needed to handle and deal with on that drawing board there. And then it's going to be the same question: can White Lotus then readapt to this new adapted Syndicate?
Hmm. A lot of gold, a lot of
Right.
utilities, and right now you know that you're waiting for the IE completion, and right now you can see
Oh
the 2v1s
man,
in bot lane.
knockup plus the public execution is going to be there. The vision is there, but the damage and the dream is just not enough. TP going to fall there as well too for Raj. They're not going to jump him there, but players going to get jumped with Toxic in their own jungle right now. And Kaiser having a great game right now. Gonna call to the moon, gonna find two. And yeah, this is now looking like Syndicate just trying to put in the nails in the coffin here to tie up this Emerald Final Series. As Hextech Dragon will be the next objective that they pick up here. This is about to be the third objective unanswered here for Syndicate side.
You get everything completed into what you really need. You have the dragons, you have the soul point right now, the hextech soul point, which means you're one Drake away into having the perfect, like the static effect, the more damage,
Mm-hmm.
the more cooldown, and also the attack speed. Speaking of dragons, this dragon gives you 5% cooldown and 5% attack speed, so that means more damage. And Aphelios is scaling right now. He got the Yuntal blade, and the IE completion is up.
Nice.
The 5% attack speed matters. It does. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
not that much,
it
but
does.
it
It
does.
definitely does. Hep finding an opening here. Toxic going to have to knock a grand entrance or find a grand exit out. Not being able to find the knockup needed for the team. Not a lot of CC to write home for White Lotus here to kind of be using them to retreat back there and kind of using them for disengages. As Herald is going to go tackle there. Toxic going to get caught out into their own jungle yet again. Very scary stuff. Shield's going to go up. Arbello trying to help out as much as possible, but has to retreat back onto their own and respect the push coming in from the side of Syndicate. They are going to get that bit. I'm surprised Tier 2 didn't fall there, but I think Adacon is going to be the call here, as it is now a near 8k gold lead, doubled within the past 5 minutes.
Ludin's Tempest, Shadow Flame, the damage coming from this Syndra is just insane. You have everything right now. Flash is
Man,
out. He sees 3-4 members are trying to over him. He used the Shurima movement speed, but it's not enough for you. Silent gets the boomerang, gets the slows, and he's going for the squad and he's going for his team. He just survived
uh-oh.
everything.
Yeah, no, that was nice movement there. Really good reaction there from Silent Hearts. Moved with no question there. Real
Oh
silent,
boy.
like loved it. Main protagonist, with no text. As this
They're
is
looking
a
to over.
situation, this is a good call here for White Lotus. Syndicate has to retreat back here and
It's not.
respect it.
Trust me, brother. It's not even close. Like you
Yeah?
need to just farm.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
it's not.
Yeah,
Look.
look at that. Big damage coming from the side of Syndicate. It looks like White Lotus needed to respect Syndicate a little more there. That is not your jungle anymore.
It's not your jungle. It's not your place to play right now.
Right.
You're looking to get the inhibitor turret. 4 members are shoving the waves. You need to use your boomerang. You need to use everything. Ultimate, come here, and now let's see how it goes.
X-Tech going to negate some specials there, but not enough there. A lot of damage coming from the side of White Lotus, but it's not going to be enough as we see the tier 2 get pushed down from a Silent Hearts and going to push down onto that tier 3 onto the bot lane there. Good rotation and good call and wave management there to really just be tower destroying left and right here. Public Execution is going to catch him out. He's going to double bounce off 2 members of White Lotus, going to run into Beer.
No
and
flash.
I think that maybe all stay wrote for Silent Hearts there, finally being able to catch the quick rodent there.
I believe this should be a 1k gold shutdown. Like at least 1k gold. Like you have 4k in advanced in top side, so maybe this 1k gold advantage or like this 1k gold shutdown will help Rise to get some stats. Maybe right now I believe he's around the 8th stack of his Road of Ages. He got the Athena stack. Right now he doesn't. He actually got the ultimate. 3 mirrors are just hovering him, and right now he's just gonna fall into the curtains and get out of the score. The bush in mid lane might be the final bush of the game.
Yeah, plenty of CC for the side of Syndicate here. Everything showing green for them right now. Rise, really one of the strongest players on the side of White Lotus, still themselves a gold behind. And just check out the gold difference there on top lane there. It's a 4k gold difference right now. Even with that shutdown, it's really looking bad for White Lotus, as Syndicate's just looking to end this one and tie this ball game 1-1 right now.
I believe if Toxic tries to engage, he's gonna be erased from the rift.
Right.
Not,
Right.
not even not even dying
Like, not
normally.
even
Like
a
he's gonna,
question, yeah.
you're gonna just remove him from the game.
Yeah, as you can see here, Public Execution going to land there for onto Kaiser. Knockup going to help him out. Toxic trying to get onto the quickness, find something. TP going to land for White Lotus, but higher Echelon going to find a kill there. Knockback coming in for Silent Hearts there. Gonna find 3. Beautiful art. Arachi going to find 1. Slayer going to find it as well, but Syndicate just melting the side of White Lotus here, and it is not looking good for the boys in red.
Even if Moonlight Vigil didn't land, you know, and you can see that the damage coming from Syndicate is just insane right now. You can see from this angle that he got the Drake, no one is getting closer, and the game is slowly fading out from White Lotus. You got the soul, you got everything you need to just finish the game. Maybe, just maybe, you go for a recall, then play around the Baron,
yeah.
having the perfect closer, having Rift Herald, having the Atacon, and having the Baron and Soul at 7 minutes maximum will be a lot into finishing this series.
Yeah, no, yeah. You spend the gold, you got everything going for you. It's a 10k plus gold lead. You know what it is when it gets to that point right there. There's barely anything that you can do to bring this back. Very low deaths from the side of Syndicate. Really went to the drawing board and figured out what was going on that game 1. Because I could tell you right then and there, White Lotus this looks like a completely different White Lotus into the second game. Seems like Syndicate really starting to pick up here. So this game 3 is really going to matter.
Speaking of things,
Putting on the damage there. Boomerang's just dropping. He's raging. He's freaking out. All he needs to do is hit it. He gets it. He does miss the CC. He does get the ult up against the wall. So throws the rock, the barrier going in onto Breer. The flashback forward, and the damage was so close yet so far. Beer is going to be able to find one, but with that, they're going to get an easy Baron call here. And now Syndicate definitely pushing on forward for game number 3.
game number 3, baby. If you looked at that 2v1 in bot side, you saw the Nor's ability, you saw the damage, and you saw everything that you need being dealt in the bot lane. Like the Rise survived that very low HP, one auto attack, or maybe just one Q could have finished the job done. But right now it's 1 for 1. You get the turret, you have the inhibitor open on top side, you have everything ready for you to just shuffle in, get into the base, and get us to game number 3.
I think that Q was boot difference there, looking over at Nars items, which is a little crazy to say.
It does. Like
A little
I
crazy to say.
believe, I believe if not like had just I don't know
The treads? I
if
think if
he,
he had the treads, he would have been fine.
yeah. No, like, if he used like 50 cent on magic resist, he would
Yep.
just like survive the 2v1.
Yeah, speaking of not surviving right now, gonna just get caught out again into the jungle. The Hextech gates are going to drop, or the Hexate wall going to drop down, but it's not going to be enough here. 22-6 for the side of Syndicate. Everything all aces for them. They're trying to push past this 10K gold lead, but I don't even think they need to. Soul is online right now. Baron also online for them as they continue to push forward here. This is going to be the first base tower for the side of White Lotus to go down. Knockup going to land from Hep. Big damage. Kind of surprising there, but they're not going to be able to find a kill there. That's going to be the second tower there. Public Education going to land, and they're just going to start getting melted away there. Knockback go away. 2 for 2 right now. Golden Hourglass going to land, but it's still 3 strong for the side of Syndicate. They find the next 2. That's going to be the ace, and that's going to be game 2 in the bag.
You had the perfect angle on team fighting, you had everything settled down, and right now you get the second game of the series into your hands, and it is just like starting right now. You get the crystal, you get the ace, and going back to the game number 1, to be honest, I felt like they have something in their back. Like
Right.
it's not gonna be one-sided
Said that
series.
earlier.
I felt that it's not gonna be that kind of it's gonna be 3-0 to one team. No, like they are close. It was just a matter of draft. Second game they nailed it. Third game maybe we can see something fishing
The draft
like
was
some.
amazing from the side of Syndicate. The draft was extremely questionable on the other side of White Lotus. As we go over to the tails of the tape here, it looks fantastic for them. Everything's great. That definitely was over a almost that's almost a 20K gold lead. I am in shock how crazy that was there. And check out over the KDA, ridiculous amounts there. Towers going up, the inhibs as well. The Drakes, Elders, and Barons, all good right there. 1-1 right now, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone out over into Merc Esports. If you did get your predictions, your points should be going in for the next one. But before we get into game 3, we are going to be getting into picking bans there. Be sure to go and give some love for your favorite team and for your favorite player. And with that being said, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere as we get ready for game 3, coming very soon.
I'm here only because your stare won't ever let me go. I'm here only cause I'm aware with you is better than all alone. Oh, 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 say what you're dying to say. No, 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 no. Oh, oh, tonight we're stars but we'll fade away. Go on and light me up. Oh, go on and light me up while we're golden. Come on and light me up. Oh, come on and light me up before we come down. Stars will always come down. So What does it mean to be happy? Cause it looks like we all don't know. Glass half full or empty. Man, we just putting on a show. Try to look to the heavens to tell us things that we beg to know. Like what did this all mean? There's no tomorrow. Oh, you know, I try to find a purpose in my life to drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside. To drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside. Try to look to the heavens to tell us things that we beg to know. Like what did this all mean? There's no tomorrow. Oh, you know, I try to find a purpose in my life to drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside.
A broken dreamer is your mind. All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. Through the darkness into the night. A broken dreamer is your mind. All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. Through the darkness into the night. Put your fucking hands up. afraid. We journey on the road to tomorrow that hope has
And we are back, Mark Academy. What is going on, everyone? This is turning to be a banger of a finals here for our Emerald League. Carnation taking the first game quite dominantly, but Sin Crackers not taking it down without any type of disrespect. Going to match them for game two. Game three on the way right now. It is your boy Huey. With me is Sekio. And how vital, how pivotal is this game three for both our teams here to really kind of set the pace for the rest of this series?
It's gonna be interesting game. Like this game, I believe the series between both teams is just about draft. They both have
Right.
the ways to execution into the game. I believe like there is also a ways that like out of the book or like something you gotta get creative with to get back into some games when you're losing drafts. But I don't see it here. I believe like they're more straightforward, playing the drafts and hoping that we can see good outcome from both teams. Right now, we're just about to start game number three in Merck's Academy Emerald Finals, which I believe right now both teams are bringing up the heat.
Yeah, no, seriously. It is kind of ridiculous on both ends here. Just looking at White Lotus from game one, I thought this was it in the bag here. But both teams worked desperately to get to this point here for this season. So to knock them out like that was a understatement from my end there, and they really brought things up right, right for themselves. Game two. So this game three is really, really going to matter. And I think Sekio, you kind of nailed the entire situation on its head. It's really going to matter for draft pick. Draft pick is going to be it here. We saw Carnation come out. We're like, well, this looks great. They take it. We saw Sin. We said the same thing. This looks great, and they take it. I kind of see the vision that Carnation was looking for with the Camille and the Ambessa. I think the execution, as you can see, definitely was just not there. I don't think they had as much practice maybe for it. Also, we are on Fearless, so that might have just been a filler. It's like, hey, look, we don't have too much in the pocket. Let's get rid of some characters we don't want to see. We have a lead. Let's get rid of a set of characters that we don't want to see, and we know that's good in the pocket of Sin, just to keep things moving. But overall, I just kind of want to say Sin was fantastic that game too. How do you feel about that?
I mean, like he had a lot of ups and downs in game two. He had the ways into playing the game. I felt like the managed team White Lotus to try to have some counter plays. They tried to cross map something, but like they reached a point that Crackers actually read them well and they know where
Mhm.
to go around the map. And that's what happened. When you remember what happens in top lane, you had your Pantheon using the skyrocket getting into your team
Yes.
fight, and you had the whole squad just doing the follow up. It felt like you're calling the Avengers to help you, like, guys, please save me. And that's what happened. Like, you had everyone, you had the Fantastic Four, you had the whole squad ready to make you survive.
No, 100% there. The rotation and the timing, the reaction was just all right there for Sin. Everything was looking perfect for them. Every time it looked like they had an opening, they were just able to re-rotate there, like you mentioned, with the Pantheon ult and with the team just responding properly. So hopefully Carnation kind of picks up on that and does that a little better for themselves, as we do see Carnation going to be taking the blue side for this third game right now. Twitch going to be the first one taken. Rel going to be taken off there for Crackers there again. Rel being a really strong band character. Jinx going to be also off the board there for Carnation. Looks like they're taking a very strong focus in it to the bot lane here, as we see Volibear going to be taken off there for Crackers.
Fingers crossed. I don't really want to see the Kog'Maw again in this game, in this series at least.
For sure.
Like,
Ugh.
unless you're having the best setup for Kog'Maw, you're having the Lulu, you're having,
Yep.
I don't know, Ivory Jungle, you're having something, I don't really want to see it. But right now, you can see the Jax playing into Urgot, which is a sneaky 1v1. Urgot gets the better hand in a bit of early game, but whenever Jax gets to certain points, like, Jax is one of those champions, you can just count on him on side lane.
Yeah. Oh,
It's just his game.
always love. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jax is one of those characters where it doesn't really matter if he gets ahead. Awesome. If we lose a couple of matches, it's all right. We're still gonna push anyway. We always have options there. Urgot, a very scary threat. You get that ult lockdown as well too, and you can just take out very prime targets. Beer going very comfortable with the Annie, and higher echelon going that upper echelon there and going into the Aurora there. So that is like one of the most basic skill sets into the newest skill set for of mages here, which I really do thoroughly enjoy the concept for this mid lane.
I do, and also, like, speaking of Annie, I've seen her picked a lot in the LPL Masters
Nice.
today and yesterday. So actually, Annie is one of those champions that's currently in the meta. You can count on her, and whenever you have Annie, you should play for the Wombo combo team play. Of course, you're
Of
gonna be
course.
having the Kaisa, maybe another aggressive support to lean up with her, so you don't have a lot
You're
of
gonna knock
options there.
on Alistar, okay.
No, no, you just didn't go for the Renata and the guys. Okay, that's bad. So let me just explain why. So whenever you pick Renata, you're
Mhm.
looking to demolish, or like having the better hand in early game. You willing, you're just trying to win the game before level 6. You're just trying to win the
Right.
game early on the game. On the other hand, you know that Kaisa needs some setup. Kaisa needs
She
some
does.
hand
Needs
to
to be
get
babysat.
her. Yeah, exactly. You can't play Kaisa Renata. That's not in my book or anyone's book or any coaches I've ever coached League of Legends book to play
Mm.
Kaisa Renata. And I feel like that's a huge downfall for them. White
Well,
Lotus, you're losing this game.
this is Slayer Toxic. So I don't want to call them completely out just yet. Maybe they have some secrets. What? I don't know. It's a lot of coping there coming from my end there. Overall, though, I gotta say, and we said this in the beginning and from last, I like the draft coming from Cracker.
I do.
It
Crackers
looks
just got it done.
It looks like a very well laid out plan. It looks like Carnation was kind of struggling and kind of scrambling there for the mid and ADC, also with the support fill out. You kind of see a lethality threat kind of coming from Alberto and the Urgot pick there for Farachi. And then coming into the mid lane, I don't know. I would have liked to see something a little stronger, maybe Silas or something. Kaisa's fine, and then I know we wanted more aggressive support. I would have preferred the Tarek pick, honestly. I do see Leona Nautilus being gone, Alistar being gone as well too from that pick. It doesn't leave you too
Maybe
much. Now
Rel.
Kai being banned as well. Rel is also banned. So like you really don't have a lot of options there. I think Tarek really is the last one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so
Which
you
again
lost
I
the
would have been
turret.
fine with. I would have been fine with. Kaisa with the killer instinct, you drop the R with the reposition. She's invulnerable for a bit, so she can let those rockets burst. That's an awesome pick. You know, I might be a little
Uh,
biased because that's coming from me and my duos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love me some Tarek. It's not the
it's
best
good.
Tarek game. I do try to keep Tarek. If there's at least 3 ADs, there is 3 ADs on their end, but it's kind of a hybrid build. You know, you want more like those more raw
I mean,
ADs.
like in your side, like I believe that Turk would have been really good for White
Right,
Lotus.
right.
Like
And
you
they had
have you have the
too. They
Jax,
had pick too.
you have Jax, you have the Nocturne, you have the Aurora in mid lane, but like basically when you're playing versus those two champions, Jax or Nocturne, you just need something to survive with. You have the healing, you have the shields, you have the stun, and also the, as you have mentioned, the ultimate, what's gonna make you vulnerable for a huge like huge time period that you can just get the stun back, you can get your skills, you can get your utilities back. So if you have Tariq and White Lotus's hand, I'm not sure, like we are not sure how this draft went, but when you're playing blue side, you should have contested the Tariq on the second phase. Okay, so I'm just trying to visualize the draft in my head, but I believe that Tariq was picked after the ban phase. So you
Yeah,
had
no,
like I don't know
they
six,
had
seven supposed
Renata was
band.
picked. Yeah, Renata was picked before the Tarek, so you could have gotten the Tarek when you grabbed the Renata. Maybe you were nervous of giving their
Are you
team
sure?
Renata. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Um,
All right.
so my thing is, if you were that worried of giving them Renata, why not ban Renata then? I'm not really sure where they're going with it. Hopefully, Carnation has something else in the works there for that.
Hmm. And speaking of it, let's go to game three
Yes,
for
sir.
Merck's Academy finals right now. You have the White Lotus playing versus Crackers, and right now we're toe to toe, 1-1. The score is close. It's just a matter of who got the perfect execution to his hands. And right now you can see us walking into the jungle and
Yes, sir.
seeing how it goes. Oh, I really like Veneta's skin.
30 seconds
Man, that's a
until
That's
ring
good.
sick
closes.
Renata skin. We gonna zoom in on that skin real quick? That thing
Last
is
on the road
cool.
action. Yeah,
It's
yeah, it
okay.
is.
I like also the Urgot pajama skin too. That one's cool too.
Yeah, I felt that it was more of like a meme at first, but then like pajama. It was like I don't know, Star
Yeah.
Guardian pajama skin,
Yeah, so
something
yeah,
like
I
that.
love it. It's like he's a cosplay. He's like a big fan of it, and you know what I'm saying. Like, and him being the big bad crab villain. Like, of course you be a fan of the Star Guardian. Why not? You know, it's good. I like it. I love the troll picks there. Like the janitor Thresh. I love that skin. When they match
Yeah.
the theme really hard, or if it's kind of like a troll pick, then I'm like a big fan of it. Like,
Mm. Actually,
those are my
speaking of
skins,
matching
though.
the theme, I feel like Championship Thresh is one of
Oh
the
man, dude,
skins that I love it.
it's just
Uh,
it. There's nothing wrong
uh,
with it. You can't go wrong with it at all. That's also like nice stun there from Hep. Gonna even out the odds there. Gonna try to Toxic. Gonna try to match it back there. The trade going to fall to the side of Syndicate there. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
know. You
lie.
mentioned. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Almost. That Hep's gonna whiff there. I think he's taking a lot there. Exhaust gonna go, taking a little more to take a chew. Proc gonna go for the Guardian First Blood, going to land for the side of Toxic there. Oh no, that is not what they need there.
As they definitely don't need it. They don't want to trade kills and give it to the hands of Kaisa. The problem into Kaisa's Renata that they are not that good in laning phase. Whenever you give them kills, whenever you give them the scale easier, like to get some kills,
Hmm.
get some gold. Renata Kaisa is something scary in late game, but that's only in solo queue because basically you can't have it in competitive right now. That's the first time we're gonna get it picked in competitive gameplay. I don't think that we're gonna see it again in like higher tiers or maybe Diamond League, Masters League, or like
I think
Challengers. It's
I think he
nothing.
was just a
You can see
little.
it.
I think he was a little too overconfident there, a little overzealous, if you will, onto it. You didn't respect the damage between Slayer and Toxic. You also missed the second stun there. If you're going to be going for those lockdown spells, it's more of a threat to have them available as we get this trade top lane. But yeah, like I was saying there, it's more of a threat to have them available than to use them and miss.
Mm,
You don't have to
it is.
respect that
It is.
area no more. You get what I'm saying? Now I'm not worried of being stunned anymore. But when you have it in pocket and I know that you know that I have it, I have to respect it because if I walk up, I'm going to get hit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for a second, I felt like you're gonna say, "I know that you know that I know that I have it in pocket."
It's a little bit of a mind game, but it really comes down to respect. Because if you walk into that area, then you're going to force it. And then it becomes a 50-50 of either do I get hit or, you know what I'm saying, or do you miss? And it's just, you don't always want to force situations like that. Especially when you get into the upper echelons of ranked, it's a respect game there. And opening up like that just kind of gave a free opening for that bot lane there. And now Kaisa's 500 up on your ADC for what?
One of the champions you're playing, like it's Taric. Speaking of Taric, is one of those champions. Whenever you lose your kit, you lose your stun, you don't have anything in early game. You need to
Mm-mm.
be in like mid to late game to have some tankiness, to get some healing, some shields done, to keep you alive whenever you miss something, and you're just gonna spam the heck out of your skills. You know, Taric late game. You have like your passive, which is gonna reset the cooldown and make you have a lot of healing, a lot of damaging, and a lot of CC. But early on, you're just like a small Turk.
Now
You you're more of a Turkey. Right?
you're gonna make it that much more difficult for you and your team to kind of transcend into that late game. And that's where Tarek shines there. Early game, not so much. Here, just going to call it a day and skedaddle on out of there, taking some damage on that run too. Which was in the curtains there. Arachi pushing down forward here, gonna force him away from the Raptors. White Lotus running, moving a little different here in this game three.
They are still the game right now is almost equal. You have just
Oh
like
yeah.
300 gold in the hands of Kaisa and another 300 in the hands of Aurora, just an advantage. And speaking of advantage, you can see the tier rolling up into Turik's hands,
Mm-hmm.
which means like he's gonna stack some mana to have something Grandmaster in arm. The last auto attack might end up, and of course, Rashi is out of the equation topside.
Nice work there from Silent Hearts. Getting the information that's needed, knowing, hey, look, Dragon's up right now. What are the chances, really, that Abatello will be here for me? Like, what are really the chances there? Especially with objectives being so high. Good call there, good read, good response to be able to pick up a solo kill onto that top lane. And gonna crash that wave there. So about a wave and a half is going to be lost onto the top side there. That's a little bit of difficult. That's a little difficult to come back from, especially from it being Silent Hearts.
Two plates, a kill will help him a lot right now in the
Oh
hands of
yeah.
Silent in top lane. 600 gold. They're getting back into the gold department, and right now you know that having the Kaisa Taric is one of those lanes that whenever you hit level 6, you can just killed them. The self-healing from Kaisa is gonna give it a lot of sustainability, and also the support from Tariq is just huge in your side of the game right now. You know that the Annie got nothing to make her survive, and right now she's out of flash. Maybe darkness will help 5 seconds, and it's gonna be online.
Yeah, Tilted Pizza just needs to farm up just a bit to get that paranoia online. We're definitely going to see some more action in that mid lane there. And I'm going to have to agree with you there. That level 6 is very pivotal. More of a reason why you shouldn't want to lose that early game at all. And as you can see, that level 6 starting to hit there. Finally, Kaiser going to be able to get it first. Hep still about a full wave or a full level behind for that 6. Let's see if White Lotus does something there for it. Looking though, that kill is down for the top side. Still keeping up with the damages, but that's going to be a sheen in the pocket of Silent Hearts. So those trades are really going to start mattering.
It does. Like, speaking of Sheen, is one of the first power spike items for the Jax, and like we spoke a lot about this matchup. Jax totally owns the late game, but right now in early game, you know that he got the Grandmaster in arms, he got the flip, he got the help, and he's just online.
So close yet so far, but the team comes in response yet again. But now White Lotus responding back as well. Silent Heart tilted pizza very low. Sauce going to be proc there. Add in the Big Bear. That's going to be 1-for-1 right now for both sides. 2-2. Looking at it as we do see the bunny mage running away for fear. The stun going to land yet again. Add in the bear. Add in the dive. The feat of warfare will be claimed for the side of White Lotus. They're going to turn back as Hep does come to try and help out support the team. The double stun going to land, but here comes the wave back there. I don't know if it's going to be enough to dash back, push back. Are they going to be able to run away from this? Silent Heart's going to try to flash forward there. Beer going to use the last bit of the mana. Toxic going to sacrifice themselves for the team and walk away and let 2 walk away and just continue to waste their time. 2025. And that's going to be an even 3-for-3 for both ends there.
It's even 3-for-3, but you know that actually that
Right.
WLC got the perfect hands of them. You need the ultimate, you need Kaiser to survive more. Slayer got the angle, got the barrier, and you know the killer instant will be so useful on both sides. But he knows that Kaiser have the Fizzer Storm. Whenever he pops off the Fizzer Storm, it's hard to catch. Right now, spotted Hip, and Hip now got his ultimate.
Oh,
The
yeah,
cosmic ult. Woohoo.
Tilted up on out of there. Gonna be able to at least secure one void there to keep themselves
They can
afloat.
dive what? Killer Innocent, they are diving in bot
Oh
lane.
yeah, check the bot lane there. Big damage going through. They're gonna tank the second shower. That's gonna be 1, and then the added damage, not gonna be enough there. We're gonna look for the YW. Get the rockets from downtown. Does he not have enough mana? I don't know if he has enough mana. Somehow they survived that 2v1 dive, and I am honestly impressed on Slayer there. 2-0 right now, being that ray of hope right now for White Lotus, as you're starting to see red on both ends here. 2-0 on our top lane here. Silent Hearts kind of in trouble there. Beer gonna put on the damage. Paranoia going to strike Fear onto the bot lane as they are on the retreat back. I don't think they're going to be able to pick up much more after that. Silent Hearts kind of have to respect the bear and the damage here. Fear not going to have enough mana to continue the pressure though, unfortunately.
I don't know how Tilted Pizza missed the ultimate on both sides, but speaking of the trades, Kaiser didn't have the Fizzer Storm mana to force the dive, so he had to invest the ultimate in, he had everything settled down and ready for you to contest the trade, but right now you get the change, you get the trade, and the last third shot gives you the trade. Right now you can see Aurora putting up some damage. She doesn't have the ultimate, but she got the skills, she got the balls to force the 1v1, losing the portal, and Arashi just survived. Oh, thank you, thumbs up. He's out.
Good, yeah, good walk there. Just has to dodge a bit, gets the flash, walks away. Gonna be an even 1-for-1. I do like the call there. Gonna be able to get the evil crab machine online there and get the shutdown. Unfortunately, will be a 1-for-1 trade, so it won't be extremely clean. But White Lotus keeping themselves afloat. It's still a back and forth battle right now. Both boats having some issues here but not a bad opening from both ends, to say the least.
Right now, the Dragon is just heavily contested from WLC. You know that White Lotus can just have it. They have the tempo, they have the items, and right now Malignant's picked up by Annie. And let's see, Mr. Jax.
Silent Hearts is going to go in, but the Hep is not tethered to them. Tethers to them a little late and is not going to get the stun there. Continuing, not doing the best there for it. Feathers are going to fly, but Slayer going to Killer Instinct reposition back. The Feathers fly going to go. Alberto going to get the proc off the extra health, and they're going to continue pushing forward. That's going to be 3 for 1 right now. Kaiser on the run, just needs to land the rockets. Oh, forces the flash away. Kaiser on the run. Slayer not going to take it, but going to get the bit that they got there and continue pushing forward here. White Lotus now starting to push and shift the tides to their favor.
It's just about misplays. White Lotus,
Right.
they got the advantage in the team fight because basically Hip didn't press the R bottom in the last team fight. He had the perfect angle to use the R bottom. He had the perfect angle, 3 members just like stacking their way in. Kaiser didn't have that chance to auto attack whenever he gets closer. You know he's gonna get tibbered in the face, and you know he's gonna get stunned, slowed, and not being able to team fight. And right now, White Lotus, they are got out of the problem in early game. Right now, they're cooking up the problem in mid game.
Yeah, man, the level deficit right now in the bot lane's a little crazy. Add
He
in
didn't just do that!
It doesn't even matter. An extra 1.5 seconds and no damage. Hep just too low, too behind. Double kill going to land onto Renata because Toxic's just a little toxic. The Paranoia going to strike fear into the top lane on the run right now. Going to drop the bear and the burst damage, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be a 2 for 1 exchange on both ends, but it looks like White Lotus starting to get away with this game with that 1k gold lead starting to extend here.
I feel that Heb is not comfort playing Turk right now because like after
Right.
the last team fight, the
Right.
previous one, Turk is not for you.
Mhm.
Basically, I believe like that's his first or second time playing Turk because like you had your ultimate coming down and you just like left Kaiser in the curtains and like oh man like no you don't need my ultimate, you didn't need anything, and that opened an angle to Slayer to just all in, use all his damage, burst damage to get Kaiser from 100 to 0.
Yep.
Then Ahab is just like alright, I'm out. No Locket was invested in the team fight. That got nothing to do with being comfort into Tariq, but like having the Locket and not using it is
Yeah, it's big.
a huge question mark.
Very big, very, very big, to say the least right now. Only thing they got going for them right now on the side of Syndicate is Aurora with a 1,000 gold lead right now. But the Wombo, as you can see, is still there, being able to get the shutdown onto Silent Hearts there. They are moving pretty comfortable right now. Hep starting to take away some of that deficit a bit back. Would have preferred the double kills to be landed there. Silent Heart's going to push forward. The bear going to come down. Put in the champ though. Put him in. Big work coming through. The burst from his side. He still is a threat. But now here comes Breto looking for on the hunt right now. We're going to try to shut him out. As
Crazy to see the matching.
Oh man, I can't believe he got out of there. The ult's gonna land over Aurora there, but he is in very danger. Bunny Hop gonna go through, not gonna catch that wave there, unfortunately. As we do get into a 3v3 situation. So the
It's just it's misery. This game you don't even know who's actually winning. You have less than 1k goal the
Right.
deficit between both teams. It's both teams are toe to toe. They're looking to have their advantages. You have some gold in the hands of Aurora, which is not gonna be the factor winning side in bot lane. And you're sending Annie. You're sending a little girl to match a
know.
master in top lane.
Wild. Sending a small child to fight the arena champion is a little crazy, not gonna lie. But this mid lane exchange going back and forth, it is a little ridiculous. Even lore wise, it doesn't even make any sense. But hey, I digress right now. They must know something that we don't know right now. But I was gonna say they kind of had something kind of going on, kind of holding down Silent Hearts. But you keep sending out Annie on these solo dolo missions. he is going to pick up onto that, and he's going to become more and more of an issue there. So they're going to have to be careful onto that. We do get this rotation over Hep, trying to get the vision out for the side of Syndicate as the third Drake coming down. As we do start to see
Just
the
saying,
calls here.
the only lane that's actually winning right now when it comes to gold is the lane who should have got like totally stomped in early game,
Body.
which is your
No.
bot lane. That's crazy. So you're losing any other lane but bot lane. You're just like you're having it. Speaking of mid lane, you had a pretty even equal in mid. Whenever you looked at the picks, whenever you looked at anything, it would have been hard to kill any early on the game. Top
Mm.
side, you know, like the Mr. Jax have his ways into trading with Urgot, and he went for the short trades because basically, you know, if you looked for the extended trades, they have a really huge cooldown in early game, and you can't use it into your side. Even though you have the 8 stacks of attack speed, but it won't matter.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't right now. As you
Whew.
mentioned, it's just it's just not really a character here, and it's kind of what makes him breaks that fearless drop there. You gotta kind of expand out. You gotta get your experience out more so you don't kind of fall behind the curve here. Silent Hearts yet again finding Annie alone by themselves in the top lane where a small child should not be by themselves. I don't know where their guardian is, but they need to work on that, please. Breckelon gonna get hooked and pulled back here. Gonna try to get into the different dimension, but they're just gonna follow up with the Killer Instinct. They're gonna make that's gonna be a 1-for-1 across the map, but Slayer on a rampage, so I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing for them.
They got a trade 1-for-1 and they got a huge shutdown in the mid lane right now. They are looking to get the mid tier 1 turret, which is going to be into their back pocket right now. You don't have the
Nice.
engage tools unless you can see the Jax jumping on and using the ultimate from Tarek, which is not going to be invested in this matter anymore. You don't have Tilted's ultimate, and right
Oh
now you
no!
lost. Ambessa, you lost everything in your back pocket.
Big toxic wave gonna go through there. Gonna force them to fight amongst themselves there. We're gonna get a slight pause here. As we do go, and as we wait right now, we can kind of check over onto terms of items and everything like that. And this is kind of a deadlock right now. White Lotus with a barely recognizable 1,000 gold lead right now.
Yeah, speaking of gold, it's just 1k gold.
It's not
But
much,
look at Kaisa.
right?
She got 2.5k gold advantage. That's a lot.
That's
That's a lot to hand. That's huge. That's magnificent. Like if
yes,
you're having a Kaisa winning Kaisa, you can just play around her, have your utilities built around her. You're having a little kid sent to the woods, and immediately he get jumped on by the wolf, which is not gonna be Nefiri at this point. It's gonna be the Mr. Jax, the one with the purple hat. That like we we might have some way of getting back into the game. Like watching Crackers, watching White Lotus. I feel like they're toe to toe. I feel like Toxic and Slayer. They have something that built in those guys that helps them to get and reach to this certain points.
yeah, no, this it's not nowhere. It's nowhere near over yet. But for sure, what is going to make and break this game is this game here. Who wins this game, I feel, will go on to continue winning into the series. This game is neck and neck right now. Everyone is putting out their all. And I feel both pools are and both pockets are getting pretty empty into this fearless draft. If it gets all the way to a game 5, especially the way we have seen some characters being used here, utilized here, I would say would be a very difficult one to say the least right now. As we do get back into the game right now, it does seem White Lotus is still in the lead, up by 2k. It has been extended just a bit. It seems the level gap has kind of closed out a bit, but check out in terms of items here, everything is looking good for them so far.
So far so good. Slayer gets the upgrade and W gets everything upgraded into his back pocket right now. I believe, like, if you wanna kill Slayer, you're gonna need a handing help, a hand from Jax. Like right
Yup.
now, he got the Thunder the Sky, he got the Trinity Force, he got the Armor's Boot, so he got everything that's lined up for him to just clap this Kaisa. Maybe, just maybe. Or you can just keep on having side lane pressure, killing the small kid in the side lane, and extend your lead.
Yeah, I hope that they get if they continue with the split push pressure. I don't think Silent Hearts is necessarily needed into these team fights just yet. And if you are needing him in these team fights, then you guys, there's an issue. You guys done goofed, and that doesn't necessarily then mean him come away from what he's getting accomplished everywhere else right now.
It's giving you the gold, it's giving you the advantage, but speaking of
Exactly.
advantage, he died. And right now, the gold deficit is going to the hands of Urgot, which is interesting. You build up like more than 1.5k gold advantage, and right now it just burned to the ashes. Gold difference is not much, but right now you know that this dragon is really important. Catching Jax is
Oh,
more than important, and
big
it
stun.
is over.
Nice focus here. Gonna knock him back there. Shotgun knee's gonna go in as well. He's gonna hop on over, but then the crab is just gonna eat him there. Arashi gonna pick up Silent Hearts, which is one of the biggest points on the side of Syndicate right now. Dragon is going to be called there, but Tita Pizza is going to start the fade away of Slayer onto the back. Gonna find Kaiser, and is just gonna continue pushing forward onto it. Arashi looking for the flash knockup, is gonna barely whiff onto that. Putting out, getting damaged there. Arashi pushing in forward as well too. Hep on the run, and it's just going to be too little, too late. That's going to be another one down into the belt of White Lotus. That's going to be two. That's going to be Dragon for the N1. This is looking all aces right now for White Lotus. 3K gold lead, nearly doubled within that last exchange.
Looking good for White Lotus. He get the kills, he got the advantage, and he got your Kaisa into a certain point that you know she's right now one of those heroes that you can't touch. She got the movement speed, she got the damage, and also she got 3 items completion. You got the catch into Jax and the perfect Renata ult that shifted everything away from your side. And right now, White Lotus are like my favorite to win this game. Series, we're still having, I believe we're going to game 5. It's no
Mm-mm.
near closer to only 4 games of those teams. I'm not like fulfilled from them. Right now, Slayer is just getting his hand cooked in mid lane. Oh boy.
Slayer getting slayed right now. Paranoia striking fear into the heart of the carry right now. And that is just so unfortunate there. You still gotta respect Syndicate with the small lead that you have here. You still gotta respect it. A push forward coming in from both ends there. It is going to be a 3v3 type situation there. Toxic going to get cooked or picked there, but then the wave going to give them the chance to retreat back there. Nasher going to be spawned, and the Slayer still 6 seconds away from it being there. Higher Echelon is going to pick up Beardo. The Bear trying to chase it down and finish for the tie 1-for-1, but the damage is going to be Arashi gonna win the 1v1. Abtello going to push forward to find the assassination, but I think they're going to get themselves caught here as they try to push back towards the team. And yeah, that's going to be an easy Baron pickup for the side of Syndicate.
I don't understand why he
They have to respect the Urgot, yeah?
they gotta respect the Argot, they gotta respect the damage. You lost your Jackson the side lane versus Argot, but right now, you're just trying to trade more, you're trying to have more fights,
Mm.
you're getting closer in gold, but 3k gold advantage into hand of Kaisa is something else. You know that she can
Yeah.
just like make your AD carry, like have some certain poke in team fights. Speaking of those W's, they're just like broken right now. At this moment, it's 3 seconds is the difference between one and other. You're gonna have the poke, you're gonna have everything settled down for your team fights, and whenever you have a target at midlife, she's just gonna
Call it a day.
immediately closer, have it, and get her another kill.
Overall, really nice work here for White Lotus. Slowly and steady setting the pace here, trying to push forward and really find a full foothold into this game. Because it's not as dominant as it was the other ones. This is still kind of, I wouldn't say a full 50-50 flip. Kaisa in the lead in terms of gold anywhere else, but you still got to look and respect on the Nocturne, and you still got to respect that Aurora, who both definitely can take out Kaisa on their own in a bad position fight here. She's in a bad position here, looking on to the attack on the Kaiser. TP going to be proc both. The double stun going to come in onto Toxic. The wave going to come through. Kaiser going to find one. It's a 5v4 right now for Syndicate. The stun going to barely whiff there. I think that's just going to be a quick call over to the side of Baron with the Taric ult still available.
You need to start the Baron, and you need to get White Lotus out of their comfort zone. You have to make them actually contest. You have to make them play for it. You have Hep's ultimate. You have the paranoia. You have everything in your back pocket, and you still have also the not Shurima Shuffle, of course. Sorry, you still have the Fizzer's tool. So right now, just contest Baron and turn in team fight. But Annie shifts up.
The mean two-man forward stun, but I don't think it's gonna be enough here. Syndicate on the back foot, but somehow, some way, they find a way after the two-man brave stun. Syndicate going to find a full team ace. Once Arashi goes down, they just need to take down the crab guy. They find it. It's gonna be 2 to 4. That might be the Baron call, but that might be the way that Syndicate needs to get themselves back into the game, evening up the gold score here. As we do rotate back, Toxic is here, gonna try to provide CC and just waste as much time as possible. Possibly might be able to force them away from it.
It's harder to force them away, but actually, speaking of the last team fight, you got the paranoia, you got everything. He's using the ultimate, but the ace comes again. Right now, you can't actually commit to the Baron, as you have mentioned. Oh, can still be cool. Maybe death. No, it's not the case right now. Teleports are here, and right now, White Lotus having the advantage over the dragon. You can see the bings, you can see them going over and over and over to the drakes. And like speaking of the last team fights, you had the perfect counter strike from Jax. That's the way you actually need it. And for one time, you had a really good ultimate from Taric. So, shout out to him. Hip is just learning that champion, getting closer and closer into the game. And right now, you can see the soul, which is gonna be really hurting for White Lotus. You have the any movement speed, you have Slayers being able to reposition, and also having 2 or 3 movement speed breaks will give you the 10% movement speed out of combat, and in combat you have the 10% extra in movement speed. Right now they're trying to collapse into Baron. The call is here and the Baron is out.
Toxic gas gonna land there from Renata. Oh, but the Baron is gonna land. Arashi going to find one. The damage was there for Syndicate, but I'm not sure what's going on right now. Beaver gonna find Hep there. They're gonna continue pushing forward higher. Epigon gonna finally find one. Be on a rampage. That's gonna be 2 to 1 right now for their side. Red on the run, but it's gonna be a little bit of too little, too late as White Lotus gets their stuff together there. Finds a almost clean 4 for 2.
Please, Hep, use your ultimate.
Right.
For the sake of your team, for everything that they gave you, just press R. It's not that hard, just press R. That's the way it is right now. They're having the wave. Only one is trying to defense right now. They're losing their HPs. And if they actually committed into Aurora and mid lane, you know, it's gonna be over for this game. But right now, the empowered Baron minions are just spawning to support him and make him survive more and more in the game. Right now, you know that 3 minutes are the difference between us and the Elder fight, the Elder Dragon, the Elder Dance, which is gonna be hard to contest if he can't use Hip's ultimate.
Yeah. If the execution isn't there for the side of Syndicate, they could kind of call it c'est la vie, honestly. And it's just slight minor maneuvers that really is causing the issue here. Check out that gold lead. They've had a gold advantage for the past 26 minutes. Now onto that 31-minute mark. Do you start to see the deficit starting to, or it's starting to finally fall there? And it's just a little difficult for the side of White Lotus here, to just kind of be throwing the ball here a bit.
Oh boy, look at Aurora. Look at that damage and the death cap completion. Whenever you have
Yeah,
Aurora on death cap, it's about to be down. Whenever you land something, I believe that he needed some magic penetration items in case anyone gets some magic resists. It will be good for him, but at this point, you're having only Spirit of Fusion and not Spirit of Fusion on jungle. I mean the purple item on the hands of Urgot. That's only gonna prevent you from having some damage, and the other teammates are not having that much of the resistance. So, with that being said, you have your chance to having the maximum output damage in the last team fight. Right now, Feather Storm getting knocked out. That's not having a trust into your target. That's
yeah, but
something.
I mean, look at the recent times. You'd be scared too, right? I mean, I would as ADC.
A lot of, a lot of pressure. Minute 33 right
Right.
now. They're just pushing for whoever is gonna be having the perfect hands in team fight.
They have to respect the Jack split push still, no matter what. He was never shut down. So Silent Hearts was never behind there, finding really good picks too during the early, mid, late game. You gotta respect that push there, and it's always gonna be a difficult situation. White Lotus will be in because they can't go too far out with how late it is. Because Silent Hearts will take their entire base before they
Oh
blink.
boy!
It's gonna be a two-fight opening up right now. Silent Heart's gonna run away there. They're gonna try to Syndicate gonna try to open up on the Toxic there, but not going to be able to escape as well as they both get the retreat call here. We only have 20 seconds left for the side of Elder Drake to be spawning here. Let's see what both teams are going to do. Counter Strike gonna barely whiff there. He is a little less, so a little over than 50. I think that's gonna be the call back there. Regroup for the Elder. As Syndicate kind of just hovering through
Tempo recall.
mid map right now.
That's too late for to recall. Enemy team
Yeah,
got the
yeah.
actual damage. They have the movement speed. Like speaking of recalls, you're now trying to recall. You don't have your vision anymore in the game, and you're just giving them away the control that you had in the past 2 minutes.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's not League of Legends, guys. You don't want to give them the upper hand in the river fight, the river control, and right now you're gonna get pushed off your jungle. You can't even get closer. Jax is just laying around, might get caught. If you get caught here, that's something you don't really wanna contest. Right now you're just gonna try to push mid lane and give more time to your team not to contest the Elder Dragon and get them out of their comfort zone.
Jax is gonna get the stun, but he's gonna lead back over to the team. Fear just gonna push in. Big Rocket gonna go in. The Killer Instinct Mark going to land as well. Paranoia gonna try to catch up. Slayer gonna find higher Epsilon, and that's a lot of the damage from the side of Syndicate to fall. 5v4 situation right now for White Lotus. No tower to help out as well. Albello on the back line gonna find Jax again. The smoke gonna come in, gonna make it 2, gonna make it 3 somehow, some way. White Lotus finds a way to close this game of 3 out.
Man, this fight was just
Right.
a total fiesta. You got the catch over the Nocturne early on the team fight. Then, only then you had your hands on Mrs. Aurora. You had your hands over the mid laner, which is that was crazy. She flashed out of her ultimate. Like, you had your ways to reposition, you had your ways to just survive over what's happening, but you choose to throw all your lead, you choose to
So,
throw everything that you have and lose the game.
so here's my call on this here. we said the bot lane was fine. We said bot lane's fine. That they're not the issue. Somehow we are looking at a 14, 5, and 24 bot lane over on blue side here. With the Taric pick, it's weird, it's confusing, but on the other hand, for White Lotus, GG's well played to play in a deficit to find a way out of it and find the match overall. I'm extremely shocked, as we both said that draft really matters. We both agreed that Syndicate had the draft, but yet we're calling this on a White Lotus win.
It is a White Lotus win because basically I feel that Tarek didn't have
Right.
like he's not confident on the champion. Let's just put it out like this. He was not confident in the champion through most of the game. You can see the damage output coming out from the Kaisa, which is just huge. That's a lot of damage.
Yes.
37k damage, and no one is really closer to him. The only one was Aurora, and he kinda messed up in the last team fight in Arabic or in Egypt we say غلطة الشاطر بألف, which means um, if you're that good, if you made one mistake, it equals 1,000 mistake of any other teammates, and that was the case in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with some part. I want you guys trying, as long as you're trying to do something on the back burner. But when you put yourselves kind of in precarious situations where you could check the gold, it's really not that far of a difference in a gold. That was a very, very close game. Those slight maneuvers cause slight blunders, which then causes the match here, especially where we're at. We're not just in season, we are in finals. This is the last set of best of 5 for your season. You made it all the way here. To come up all the way here and fall short is difficult, to say the least. With that being said, White Lotus 1 point away from victory. Can they close it out, or will Syndicate find another answer in onto this drawing board and bring this to a finale of a game 5? Before we get that answer, we will be right back. Mark Esports, do not go anywhere.
Flames marks in the air, heartbeats pounding, no room for despair. Double carnation, sing crackers pride. Tonight on the roof they come alive. Pulse ignite, strategies unfold. Every spell's gold, every move so bold. Academy heals under bright lights, fighting for glory in the finals tonight. Uh-oh, carnival bloom, crackers collide. Mac Academy's finest side by side. Dancing on pressure, feeling the heat. Carnation versus sin, game on check defeat. Post your banners, feel the beat. Every crowd chanting in the seat. From the jungle flash to the nexus win. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. Footboards, jungle dives. Every objective their aim thrives. Skill shots flashing neon rain. Champion combos rip through the rain. Pulse racing fast, crowds alive. This is what keeps our gaming dreams alive. One more tower, one more bearing steel. In the finals of Merc, they're making it real. Lights electric, hearts they race. Carnation blooms with crackling grace. Feel the beat, every crowd chanting in the seat. From the jungle flash to the nexus win. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. Support boards, jungle dives. Every objective their aim thrives. Carnation versus sinking on champ defeat. Raise your banners, feel the beat. Every crowd chanting in the seat. From the jungle flash to the nexus win. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. Support boards, jungle dive. Every objective there, aim thrives. Carnation versus Satan, game on, champ defeat. Pulse, raise your banners, feel the beat. Every crowd chanting in the sea. From the jungle flash to the nexus win. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. Support boards, jungle dives. Every objective there, aim thrives. Skill shots flashing, neon rain. Champion combos right through the lane. Neon screens, marks in the air. Heartbeats pounding, no room for despair. Double carnation, sing crackers pride. Tonight on the rift they come alive. Pulse ignite, strategies unfold. Every spell's gold, every move so bold. Academy heroes under bright lights, fighting for glory in the finals tonight. Uh-oh, carnival boom, crackers collide. Mech Academy's finest side by side. Uh-oh, dancing on pressure, feeling the heat. Carnation versus sin, game on, check defeat. Post your banners, feel the beat. Every crowd chanting in the seat. From the jungle flash to the nexus win. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. Support boards, jungle dives. Every objective there, aim thrives. Skill shots flashing, neon rain. Champion combos right through the lane. Pulse racing fast, crowds alive. This is what keeps our gaming dreams alive. One more tower, one more bearing steel. In the finals of Merc, they're making it real. Lights electric, hearts they race. Carnation blooms with crackling grace. One more fight, one more spell. Merc Academy's finals, you can't parallel. Raise your banners, feel the beat. Every crowd chanting in the seat. From the jungle flash to the nexus win. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. Support boards, jungle dives. Every objective there, aim thrives. Carnation versus sin, game on, champ defeat. Raise your banners, feel the beat. Every crowd chanting in the seat. From the jungle flash to the nexus win. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. Support boards, jungle dive. Every objective there, aim thrives. Carnation versus Satan, game on, champ defeat. Pulse, raise your banners, feel the beat. Every crowd chanting in the sea. From the jungle flash to the nexus win. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. This rhythm's our anthem, let's begin. Support boards, jungle dives. Every objective there, aim thrives. Skill shots flashing, neon rain. Champion combos right through the lane.
There ain't no way to get you off my mind, off my mind. Without you I just can't breathe. You'll never get away from me. 'Cause you are on my mind, on my mind. 'Cause you are on my mind, on my mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Merc Academy, Merc Esports. This has been a crazy set here for Emerald Finals. Wild Lotus Carnation in the lead with a match set, match point. Crackers trailing by 2 right now. This is still anyone's ball game of Carnation
It is.
finally getting a bit of a grasp at the end of the game. But for the most part, these past 3 games have been very back and forth. If you're just tuning in, it has been your boy Huey with me. Is my boy Sekio. And yeah, like you heard him, man, it has been extremely back and forth. But like our boy Ravenant said, it's been nothing but blue side wins. So now Crackers taking the blue side. Will they be able to tie this up? Or will Carnation finally find that first win on red side?
Incarnation, you can just write history and make us go to you getting the win, and let's just like set it for today, or it's just gonna be blue side all the way till the fifth game. Right now, 2-1 is the
That would be
score.
good.
A lot of champions are out of the equation right now. You know
Oh
that
yeah.
there is not a lot of engaged tools, but there is still real open. Real is banned. You still have the Natras. You still have the Leona. Both are on the table. But right now, you're just forcing this rat out. You know that when you have one of those players who plays a really good rat, you wanna just get him out. Speaking of rats, sometimes back in time we used to play Twitch in mid lane, which is really
Ugh.
broken. You just go for sneaking kills here and there, and this will help you a lot. Khaled
You
or like
remember
yeah,
you
what? Yeah,
remember AP Lulu?
AP Lulu mid.
Yes.
I
AP
most
Lulu top?
definitely remember.
AP Lulu top. Like
AP Lulu top and having Mass V in jungle? Or
right. You
Jax,
just
maybe?
it was
What
Lulu
about?
first pick and you didn't know where she was going. It was either she was going top, mid. Hold on.
Oh, do you remember the double cats having Yumi and Ringo on the same team?
Oh, the double cat. Yes, that was a good one. I miss Rengar.
Oh,
I feel Rengar needs some love. Where's my assassins, man? I like seeing a 0 to 100. A well placed assassin is always feels good on a spectator side. Playing into it,
yeah, yeah.
it's the
I was
worst,
just about to
bro.
mention
You're
it.
like, well, I guess I die. Like, but man, it has not been any love for our assassins. I'm just putting it out there. Just
Like
putting it out there.
when you pointed out, like it's good when you're casting, it's not good when
Oh
you're
yeah,
playing.
it's the worst, brother. What? You're like, well, like I did see some talent clips though, so we might have some stuff here. But let's get back over onto these picks and drafts. Here, it looks like I was a little concerned on people's pockets and how we're getting into game 4, game 5, possibly where we're going to fall, but it seems like there's nothing but damage
Oh,
coming
we're
out.
going to game
And White
five.
Lotus is looking crazy right now, man. The the Slayer Toxic Wombo duo combination here. Oh God, the Mel Leona into the Cogalulu. The newest. Oh man, this is too good right now.
Oh boy, like having Leona Mill in bot lane, like they do actually really huge amount of damage. Having the Leona's passive also, like both of them are really close to the sky, to the sun when it comes to lore.
True,
Like
true.
when it comes to gameplay, they do have like some really
It's
synergy.
some
Having
similar. Yeah, some sin. Yeah.
having stun, having some damage, yada yada. You know, like these synergize really well together. But on the other side, you're having Lulu Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw, 3 items. This game is over. I know it's
It's
paired with
over.
LeBlanc,
It's
but
over.
wait, like,
It's
why there is no
over.
love? Why there is no
It's
love
like
for our Oriana? Where is
so
Oriana?
so Oh, you're right. Where is Oriana? Oriana hasn't even been banned, honestly. I
If
mean,
you
on
remove LeBlanc and put Rihanna on, Slice and Dice Renekton gets into the enemy team backline. You have the Shockwave, and boom,
that's way
you get
more protected
smashed.
Cogmall. And I actually, now the way you brought it out, that makes a lot more sense. Galio as well kind of play off their winning game there, where they were using the Pantheon
It
and
is really good.
TP advantage, where they were just able to just rotate faster. And I would feel a lot more safer with the Cogmall. But that also then falls into putting all your eggs into your basket. And I did mention I'm not a fan of it, but with the Cogmall, it's almost like you kind of need to. And then this is where some of my hate kind of stems away from Cogmall, because not only are you a scaling comp ADC, now pretty much we have to everyone watches over you, like,
Hmm.
and it's not a fallback. Like you can shut out Cogmall, you can shut him out, and it's like you kind of have to focus, and then it kind of shifts the priority over to it.
I
But I
don't
think Slayer and
feel.
Toxic. Say again.
I don't feel like Kaiser is one of those player that who got a really huge presence in team fights. I didn't see him having that much output damage in most of the games. If you
It
remember having Zaya last game, Zaya is one of those champions who got
you
like the self peel, he got something, but I don't see it
remember
coming
the
from.
Aphelios game though. Remember the Aphelios game. The
Sorry,
Aphelios game
my
went
bad.
great. And let's
Yeah,
be
yeah, my
real,
bad.
on the other one, that Taric game was kind of a toss there. You can't do much in the bot lane if your support ain't doing much for you.
Oh, you have a really
You
good
know.
point. Okay,
So
okay.
now we
I
have
take it back. I take it
no,
back.
it's fine. No, 100%, 100%. So now you have more of a protect comp. It's not like Hep can't play support. Hep just can't play Taric. All right. I'm just, you know what I'm saying. It's done and over with. We're now moving on over onto the Lulu. Lulu Cog, if it ain't broke, don't fix. That's one of the most basic duo comps there. Everyone can do that. That's like your go-to. You know what I'm saying? When you're falling behind on that back, because it's a sleeper. You forget about it. You can put a kill down on Cog and on Lulu. Shoot, you can maybe get two each on them, and then start rotating around, doing a bunch of stuff before you realize that this guy has two items, and you go and try to 1v1 him, 2v2 him again, and now he flips it over because now Lulu and him now he can't die. Like, it's a very sneaky EDC. I never liked him. His smug aura and his presence just mocks me. If I'm being honest overall. And I honestly forget that he is a Void champ too. And it's like all the other
Yes,
I love Voids. I love all the other Voids. Like, so he's like my least favorite out of all
you
of them.
love the voids.
Yeah, bro, it's sick. To be honest,
Hmm.
there's really not a tribe in League I dislike. If I'm being really for real. You know what I'm saying? There's just ones I like more than the
Alright.
other. But with that being said, match point here for White Lotus. It's finally cooling down here over in the ninth depths of Dante's Inferno, where I am casting, by the way, in near 300-degree plus weather here, Celsius. But we're moving on. It's finally cooling down, but these matches are definitely not. White Lotus is in that driver position right now. They want to close this one out. They don't want to go to a game 5 because then overall, that's at least Oh, I told you gonna get a baby trade there. But I mean, it's Trundle. He's gonna eat it back there. I do like LeBlanc gonna try to go for it. I do like this here. These games have been extremely close. On paper, with it being the lead and the way it is, White Lotus is ahead, obviously, but it hasn't been a full shutout. This definitely can go to Game 5. This definitely can go in the Syndicate's pocket. So I'm excited to see how things unfold and how Syndicate tries to keep themselves into this match right now.
It's the first time me seeing Slayer playing an AP champion on bot lane, so it might be like a sort of a flip, you know. Uh,
Can
having
can I be
it
honest?
is, yeah, for
Can I be
sure.
honest? Mel's easy. No, so
Hmm.
easy. You have a Leona as well. All you're going for is Zenith Blade Q into Zell Ball into her Q. You're gonna try to reflect. I don't even think you can reflect Bunny. There's not honestly a lot of things to reflect onto it. I think you can reflect the artillery. I think maybe. I know
You
you can
can, yes.
reflect ball. You can reflect ball. You can reflect picks. But other than that, I'm not sure what else you're really going for onto reflect. But you're just going for that stun lockdown into the execute. And once you get into 3, that's going to be extremely spooky. Super easy for the jungler to come in for the gank as well. And once you hit 6, it doesn't matter who you hit. I think they die, to be honest, as long as they're not extremely far behind there.
Well, you have a really good point into that. Mo is not hurt, and you're having a
Yo,
really good
weren't you there with
push.
me for that one when we saw the bot lane? We're like, what are they doing, Mel bot lane? And then they just started cooking, and I was like, oh god, like I was extremely scared there.
We can see a lot of fighting
Oh
happen in
yeah,
the blue buff.
it's needed.
You
It's
can
needed.
see.
Higher Echelon was going forward there. Beard going to try to get the kill there. I think a little overzealous
Masudo
onto it. Doesn't have the chain. The munch is going to land. Tilted Pizza going to get first blood. Albelter going to
traded.
pick up there, which is a fair trade, 1-for-1 actually on both ends there. Man, actually scratch that, make that 2. Slayer gonna pick one up. The little Cogwall explosion going to hit, but it's not gonna be enough to force back there. Oh, I do like this call here over from Silent Hearts. Cowboy going in, yeehaw, but you
That's
gotta
bad.
respect Yoshi, and you didn't. Not enough rage. That's gonna be the feat of warfare there. White Lotus putting a good step forward into this game 4.
Whenever I see a tilted team, I can just see it from a mile. That's
Ooh.
not what we usually see from Syndicate.
Right.
Like crackers are just like trying to force players, trying to get something out of them, but that's not how it's done. Renekton, even though like Renekton is playing, I don't know, like he's playing Conquer, he's not playing the 3 stacks
Mhm.
damage dealt, so he doesn't have that a lot of damage
So
output into his back pocket.
we're gonna have to hold that in a sec here. The
Okay.
pizza is in the area. I think the mid play was fine. The bot lane was a little crazy. I'm not sure what happened there. Tilted Pizza coming out of the fog there. Gonna drop the stun, add in the ice. Where's the glacier? I guess you could shotgun through glacier, but still, I would have liked some kind of disruption. But oh, now gonna
It won't
give.
be enough to get the kill. It won't be enough to grab the kill. Like it will block him from moving. I don't know 1 or 2 seconds, but it won't be enough for you to get anything out of the 1v1 in top lane. You know that right now Renekton can't even take the Drake versus
Right.
Kled. He got the pickaxe and he got
Mhm.
everything to mine for more damage, to mine for stats, and get White Lotus ahead into the series.
Yeah, he's definitely far ahead. They're gonna crack the pots there at 2. Blast gonna be able to get 2. Shotgun still available, and there goes the icicle there. As we do go forward here onto the mid lane, it is a back and forth right now. Yoshi just 80% away. He just needs to get one more auto to get it, and he should be just fine there. We do see a rotate onto the mid lane there. There is still a hope of light there. Higher Echelon is up. Oh, does have the assist, but still up, to say the least, ahead, at least.
Mhm.
So they can definitely keep them moving forward. Do you want to see anti-heal on bot lane, or do they just go for the full forget-me-not damage?
And anti-heal, I don't believe like you're speaking of Mel and Leona, right? Because like
Right.
Kog'Maw don't
Of
need
course
the
not. Yeah, yeah, no, no,
anti-heal.
no. But do you
So
get it
I don't
now?
see it.
Do you wait?
Nah,
You
nah,
got
you don't
Renekton,
get
you
it.
got Trundle, you don't get it.
At least like minute 25, then you start
Mid
thinking
25,
of
then you look at it. Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Maybe start thinking. It's not mandatory to get anti-heal. Like I know that you're having Renekton, but Renekton is not in a perfect shape right now in the game. So you don't really need that anti-heal early on this game. Who needs anti-heal is the other side of the map. Also, it will be late because maybe having Zen, Kled is one of those annoying champions who have like a lot of life steal into his kit. So
I gotta say, I love the
might
Kled
be.
pick. I love the Kled
I
pick
hate
here. And you don't like Kled?
Not at all. Like
Really?
getting flashbacks from solo queues. I don't like Kled.
Right, okay. So give one a sec here. As you get into this 2v2 skirmish right there, Knockup gonna land over onto Tilted Pizza there. Here a little far back on the damage, but the chain's gonna land in. Nice wombo combo with the dynamic duo here. Toxic en route as well too. Gonna pick up another easy one here for the side of White Lotus. He's gonna fall forward there. It's an easy 1v1. Shotgun gonna go through. Fled looking for more boots here. One up right now. Double longsword into pickaxe. As they are going to get away with that.
Dominus is
Flash
here.
over there. He's gonna add in the R, but there's the Yoshi. Extra health onto the bar. Knockback gonna go through. Still has R. Not gonna need to use it. As Arashi picks up another kill on the Silent Hearts there.
As I've just mentioned, I hate the Kled. It's just like a
So,
spooky play.
Lore-wise
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Lore wise, actually, I haven't read Klid's lore, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay. So, they're unknown what it is. I call him a Yordle just because I'm pretty sure he's a Yordle. He lives on the Nexus wild battlegrounds. And he just kind of scavenges and lives through there. And he doesn't really care for Noxus. He doesn't care for any other sides. He's just there for him and his little lizard pet. And the fact that he's able to live in the wilderness of Noxus in the battlefield and kind of just roll through, I love it. Battling it, it's rough. Definitely disgusting. You gotta respect that. You gotta
he
manage.
seems like
The
a chill
bar is
guy.
easy to manage, but it's difficult to respect on the opposition side there. Because you're like, oh, he'll just get a little bit of health and then it's fine, and it's not fine. It's not. You kind of have to jump him. He has somewhat mobility as well too. The charge is sick too. Once you get into that late game, it's not
Double dash.
Yeah, it's not. Ooh, double lock in, gonna go through. That's the double root. There goes the knock up. Big health, but it's not all the way there. Kaiser trying to push forward, put on the damage, but it's also not just online just yet. You're starting to see kind of that little bit of an effect there of that early game lead there on the side of White Lotus.
They
Yeah,
actually
being able
need
to
to
push
recall the
through.
bot lane.
For
Like
sure.
tempo-wise,
Yes.
it's minute 10 and you have only longsword in the hands of Kog'Maw. I believe you have at least almost half of the Blade of the Rune King completed when it comes to attack speed, when it comes to lifesteal, everything in his back pocket.
Double
But right
TP.
now, they are trying to cancel STB and Leona's just doing
Nice.
just fine to make you lose tempo and lose this wave. You either gonna give this wave up or give your tempo up. But right now he choose the wave.
Yeah, no, that's the best bet there. Fair trade coming in from Higher Echelon. Gonna be able to get the bait there. Charge gonna be able to push through. Flash away from the hook shot. Gonna give Umbrella a perfect opportunity to engage onto this Cowboy Lizard. And Arashi just gonna pick up another kill on the top side. 3-0 right now. 1,000 gold lead into the pocket of their top lane.
1k gold advantage in top lane and almost 2.5 or 3k gold advantage between both teams. That's the difference. Right now you can see the chains land, but it's on the perfect target. He survives.
Man.
Still, he's thinking about it, but it will
He
be super hard.
hesitated there. Excuse me.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
hesitated there for a second. He should have just went with his gut because he was so right there. And he's like, you know what? I just don't want to hit it and risk it, which is understandable because, again, we mentioned it earlier. It's better to have the ability online than to use it and waste it on the Celtics. You waste it on a clone is terrible. Slayer
he's
picking
good.
up another kill yet again. As
It's
they
engaging right
get into
now.
this, it's looking like a three-man dive here. They do have information till the pizza is there. That's going to be the wave. That's going to be another plate.
Investing more gold into Mel, that's what you need.
Right.
Slayer having 1.2k gold advantage and 2 deaths in the hands of Kog'Maw. That's something else. Kog'Maw actually just died right now.
Yep.
And he's low into items. I don't know. He's not going for the Blade of the Rune King. He's not going for the
He's on
Jinzuru's
Rage
Blade.
Blade
Or going
first.
like he's going for a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and
Right.
he's losing a lot of resources. I guess like you had
Well,
at least one item completed right now. You
it's
should have one.
difficult to bounce between when you're getting that in between gold right now. So you're not getting enough to make it happen. Toxic gonna get that chain CC, but somehow gonna still live long enough to get that flash going. Alberto taking the brunt of the damage here.
Oh
Fear
boy.
finally back onto the rotate. Change gonna be forced flashed away from upper echelon. The clone on the run. Kaiser here as well. Beer pushing back forward here. Hep trying to ult up and keep them going. Beer gonna take the auxiliary shots, gonna barely whip, but here comes the charge from Arashi. Bomb still going into that dragon pit, but nothing's going to land there for Kaiser, unfortunately. Arashi gonna come in, be able to save the team. Not much happened, but again, like you always say, momentum matters a lot there. And the momentum for White Lotus still not shifting.
It was close, you see, SYN getting back into the game, but right now, you know, like you whiffed your chance. You need to play a little bit more about the cross map play. You have seen them getting 2 drakes, getting the first 3 kills of the game. Also, having the void grubs every objective in the map. You got it. You got the blades. You got everything. 3k gold at minute 15 is a lot right now. They're trying to get something out of the bot lane. You see the slows. You so Slayer actually very low HP. Doesn't have the flash. Doesn't have the TP, but managed to survive overall. The Blackfire torch into his hands. You know that something will actually we have seen it in the team fight. It's just
Oh yeah.
effective Mel getting online in the game, and right now Silas is just having some fun into his hands.
Yeah, man. The fallback here on this opening was kind of difficult for the side of Beer, but seems completely comfortable now in this mid lane. Going to be able to pick up that 1 for 0 there in the mid lane. As we do get a rotate here, Arashi here from the Renekton, the slice and dice gonna get caught there. Add in the solar level, gonna be with just a bit. There's gonna be a lot of damage there. I don't think it's going to force the kill, but it is gonna force the retreat back for Silent Hearts there. A little difficult, a little unfortunate, but this is exactly what you need to do with the lead that you got from White Lotus. You need to continue pushing forward here, and you want to try to seal the deal. Plates just recently falling out there. The Triumph going through. Add in the Voids as well. This becomes a very scary top laner here, as first tower is going to fall for the side of White Lotus. 5k gold lead in the early game right now in 15 minutes. Match point. Everything looking up for them right now. Syndicate needs to do something before we get to the second Drake.
It feels like you're having the driver's seat. You're having everything online to just have your hands into the first win into the series. And right now you can see trying to dive in bot lane and also trading in mid. You're not actually getting it off them. And right now LeBlanc is just out of the equation. She gets the chains, she gets everything. And now Silas gets the movement speed, playing with the odds in mid lane. Oh, he's just like
man.
he's just the okay, he survived. He survived. He's not dead
You
anymore.
see her, now you see her, now you don't. Higher Echelon on the run somehow escapes the 4v1 there. Nice work on the Magician. He's gonna be able to. Oh man, I thought they were gonna come in and get some work there. That'd have been sick.
That timing is just insane.
Kind of
Timing,
just proves my
I would
point.
love-
Oh, but we'll hold on to that there. Silent Hearts is going to be able to just grab a quick Q and grab a quick munch and grab a shutdown there as they continue pushing forward. Arachi going to be running. That's going to be 2 into the pocket of the Lizard there, as that should be free eats here for the side of Syndicate. Alberto on a killing spree, but that's going to be another one. Kaiser on the run, gonna get a bit of food, but that's gonna be 3 in the pocket of Renekton, and I don't know if that was the best of things there. The gold is still shifted to their favor by 3k, but they definitely stopped the hemorrhaging there quite a bit.
they actually had the perfect angle to start a team fight. At least you got one kill in the hands of your Kog'Maw. Kaiser right now having a perfect position in team fights needs some resources. You can see the vision, like they have a vision, they have a way to
Right.
get back into the game, but they just need more time. If you manage to stall to get one Drake, to even trade, get some shutdowns from the turrets, get some shutdowns into the hands of your carry, basically Corki. It will be not Corki, sorry, Kog'Maw, because right now
Mm.
after having 2k gold deficit in the hands of Clouden top lane Archer, right now you
I'm
have
down. Yeah.
600 gold or like 700 gold into the hands of Silent Hearts. So
You
if
made
that
it
gold
even.
went, if that gold went to Kaiser, you know the game would be actually shifted.
Oh, this would be a completely different game. But to be honest, the thing is, even that it happened and landed onto Silent Hearts, the fact that it happened is still a lot. Abrakalon gonna get forced to pop the clone here. Het is here. I think they thought it was bait there. As Arashi gonna watch their tower fall. Toxic is there for them. Gonna be able to add the CC, add in the shield there as well. Keep them alive and floating so close, so far from the Yoshi. The CC change from Slayer and Toxic, ridiculous there. Gonna get a little bit of life there. And Silent Hearts in trouble there.
His
He's gonna
ultimate
get
on the
charged
way.
and yeah, gonna get cut down there. And now the pieces are falling all together for the side of White Lotus there. As they already are looking at the tier 3 tower at 1830 right now.
Snowballing at its finest. You get the turrets, you get the kills, and now you're shifting your targets towards inhibitor turrets. That's the way you need to see it. White Lotus, after having a really great series at the Platinum final right now in the Emerald, they are pulling off some really good uh, outcomes. You're having
Right.
everything that you need. Two games,
Not yet.
you're
Not yet.
just one step away of
Not
winning
yet.
the title.
Right.
One step away, one step away.
Right. Couple steps. They're few steps away right now. We got Dragon under control. We have our towers locked in. Feats on our to our side. Everything is looking up. Dragon with the, or excuse me, Jungle with the 2k gold lead right now. Mid with the lead up. Beer still has to respect this though. Gonna fight here as Toxic drops the solar flare. They're gonna step back away. Trying to Hearts get separated though. Gonna push forward back onto Tilted Pizza. The Hearts has to run as TP falls in yet again. The response being better from the side of White Lotus now instead of Syndicate. If you remember that game 3, just as we mentioned earlier, that's what really made the difference there. And gonna get caught out there. Not your jungle right now, forcing the ult underneath, but the execute coming from Mel is gonna make her disappear. Slayer back onto a killing spree right now.
Yep, after having a really bad game into Turk, right now I don't feel that's totally put Slane. They didn't have a really huge uh, mistakes, like
Right.
huge stuff that mattered. It was just like some picks here and there, a lot of objective controlling, and you're playing from behind again and again and again. But this time, you know that WLC, you know actually that White Lotus, they're they're just controlling your mind,
Yeah.
controlling and playing
Mind
with everything
control.
that you need.
Students of the six pack. No, just jokes, just jokes. But seriously, right now, everything is looking good for them right now. This is a near 7k gold lead. As, yeah, they're just going to continue pushing forward here. The charge going to push as well. Going to try to clone back. Higher Echelon was looking good on the escape, but I still think they should be able to, as long as they get to the seed, which they do. They bounce over. They should be gone there. Slayer taking a lot of damage there from a Kaiser, as they do get the push as well from Silent Heart, so they do get a little something for their endeavors there. Good call, good teamwork, good communication from both ends there. But it's still in a White Lotus's court. 6k gold lead, 5 to 15 right now, as we only have few more seconds left for third Drake to come along, and this will be for Soul Point. What's really
Maybe
Syndicate's
so.
option?
Um, I feel like their options right now is, oh boy. So I have some interesting question here to ask. Why is O3 LeBlanc having a book in their hands?
True. We did mention it earlier. We said Assassin's in a bad spot, right? It doesn't matter what Assassin are there. You gotta have a above average
Actually, it's good. I
game.
mean, actually, it's good.
I wouldn't say it's a Christmas game, but you definitely can't
Mhm.
come out 0-3. You don't want to be falling behind on the back here onto it. Alberto nearly getting caught out. Gonna have to force a flashback. TP coming in there from Beer. They're gonna change that as a target focus there. Where Arsha comes in. Silent the Part's gonna try to get onto the back line, but it's not gonna be enough as Mel gets another back-to-back double kill. The execute locking in, the charge going in to give him the movement speed on the run, but Lulu's going to get caught. That's going to be 3. That's going to be an easy dragon pickup as well too, and just a lead extender as Syndicate's window of opportunity to bring this to a game 5 is slowly but surely closing right in front of their eyes.
It is true right now. The dragon, the soul is getting picked up by Zinzao. Right now, you're having the also yet again the not the mountain soul, the cloud soul, which is gonna give you a huge movement speed into the boss. Slayer having 502 in the score. Leandro is completed Blackfire Torch, and he's having large rod, maybe death cap. It will be hard to get death cap this early on the game. Maybe another large rod, or he's going for more of a damage, and not like going for the death cap. Death cap is just like way too expensive at this point. And right now, I believe it's either they are gonna wait for the Baron or just like straightforward try to end the game. They have the Atakan, they have the Soul, they have just 1 minute away from the Baron Nashor, which means like the Baron Nashor is the final. It's like it's the tip of the iceberg. You can't get closer to winning the series just by getting this one, and also having the 0-4 LeBlanc getting caught yet again in the side lane. It's more of playing your F right now.
Right. As they do get a fight in the side lane there. Silent Heart's gonna win that out with being slightly behind. GG's well played to the boy, while yet again Higher Echelon is low, but somehow escapes White Lotus's clutches here. As Baron is spawned here. I think it's just a 2025 waste your time type deal here.
He got it. Ooh, he actually baited
He
Silas.
actually got him. He baited Silas out.
Yeah, that is just baiting. You got nothing to do after
He's
it
gonna
right
go all the way
now.
through.
Baron is just ready. You have to record. You're recording on a word,
Have
and
to.
that's really scary. Slayer got the angle, and he's looking
Tries
to
to.
hunt him down.
They are just gonna rotate. I think there's gonna be a call over to White Lotus. And I don't think I want Syndicate to see the start of Baron here.
You know,
I
actually,
think
that's
I
the
want to
first
see the
time
steal. I want to see the steal.
I see a blank with a book and ignite and 0 kills. That's the first. That's
It's
the
been a
first
rough
one.
one.
Even like in solo queue, you won't see a lot of people go with books when they are that far behind. I can't really imagine what he was thinking for when it comes to trying to get this book. Like, even though, look at the other side. Mill 6-0-2. She got the Shadow Flame, she got the Leandres, and the Blackfire Torch cooldown boots. Not even looking any way closer into getting the book. Yeah, right now you're 0-5. What are you
Yep.
thinking about?
Not much, to be honest. There, I think LeBlanc's just in a tough spot right now. Assassin's not getting as much love as they need, and really just kind of feeling the mode here. As it's now a 4v5 type situation, a type beat here for the Baron here. White Lotus trying to push on all cylinders and get more then just the Baron. They should be careful as they do get the call here. Charge coming in, going to be able to kind of separate the team from there. They're going to get another pick there. It is already a numbers disadvantage for the side of Syndicate. That's going to be two for the side. Scratch that, make that three, make that four. That's going to be the ace, and I think they could just close it out here.
It's the game, my friend. 10k goal deficit between both teams. 27
Right.
minutes, and Merck's Academy in
Oh,
Emerald's finals. Oh, shut down in the hands of LeBlanc. It won't matter that much because she's out.
nice.
And now, Ace, Death Timer. Actually, I don't think that they have the Death Timers. You can see Kaiser responding in 7 seconds, so they might try to give some respect to the guy,
Nah, they
to
will. They
his
will.
name. 2 items
I think
strong
it's a good
mouse,
call. I
so
think it's a
you
smart call
gotta
there.
respect.
The
Yeah.
Ginsu's and the blade is there, so you kind of have to.
If you don't respect him, you're opening a window to game 5.
Exactly.
Eh,
Yup. Exactly. You can't. It's not over till it's over. A lot of people gotta remember that there. And you think you're like, oh, we got 10k. Oh, I'm not dead. Yeah, but we give them you give them an inch, they will take that mile from you. So I do like this proper call here. Just get the reset, kind of forced into that Baron fight. It's not really a 50-50 when you are 10k up. Syndicate needs
it's
to look for
not.
the steal here. They are really in nowhere near shape or form to force it onto them. Soul point onto White Lotus already as well. The Otacon picked up two. Also at the Feet of Warfare, they didn't really lose out on anything. I think they also have Voids as well too.
They do. They actually have
Yep. They
3
got the
voids,
three.
4 Drake. They have the
Boom.
the Atakan Elder responds in 40 seconds. If you need to have extra for the Elder, that's cool. If you need to catch LeBlanc, it's just like it
It's
comes
just
with
that cool.
the
It comes
objective.
with the package, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Not too sure what the call or the play was there. As you do see two bot. So if LeBlanc was bot, they definitely might have been able to catch Freer and at least force a 4v4. I'm not too sure though.
I feel like they are tilted right now.
Right.
Congrats to them in reaching final, but right now the game is almost over. You can see the rush, you can see the Cliff's ultimate, and it's over for you boys. You
The
got the
charge
knockup.
up, gonna land over for Tilted Pizza, but it's not gonna be enough there. Het running the opposite way of their base. That's gonna be another two in the pocket of White Lotus. Gonna come through the dive, ignore the tier 3 through the help of their little void friend there, and just start pelting down as we do get into the 3v1 raid boss battle here. In the terms of Silent Hearts, and he's just going to get decimated there as they continue pushing forward here. The last tower falls, and just momentarily, artillery barrage in the back going to land through. Evelon trying to do something, but they just hold back onto the base as White Lotus takes the first win on a red side and takes Emerald League Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, Emerald Esports, you have your Emerald champions. GG's and well played to our boys, White Lotus here.
White Lotus, final push, final hand into the title and winning Merck's Academy Emerald Division right now in 4 games only,
Yeah,
winning everything into their side.
really, really, really intense game back and forth. White Lotus finally being able to find that push through towards the end to get themselves here. And in Emerald as well, too. Not an easy feat to say the least as we get over to the tails of the tape here. The damage here, ridiculous. Big shout outs to Renekton putting on the work, but it just was not enough as that mid and jungle just also bottling just not happening.
A lot of mistakes happened
Mm-hmm.
both ways, but let's just like say congratulations to White Lotus.
Right.
You had your title, and also to the competitor. Being in the final means like you're just 1 inch away or like one step away of being of holding the title. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a matter of trying to practice more and more, having fun in the game, and of course, having fun in the tournament itself. So congrats into being in the final. He had a really good run, and hopefully next time he can get into more and more of those ways up.
You always have to give congrats where it was due. White Lotus being able to pull the win there, 3-2-1. GG's well played. Syndicate being able to take second place is not an easy feat as well either. Being able to make it the finals is enough to say to enough to write home to there as well. And always, of course, big shout outs to Blood Mark, our ignamus host here, over at Merc Esports and Merc Academy. Last Revenant as well on productions, and of course the guys that are here on the table all the time. It is your boy Huey Yoshikage and my best friend in the world, Sekio. We thank you all so much. Be sure to check out the socials all over the place to keep up with the next schedule for next season, to sign up for next season, and to keep yourselves informed on to what is going to be played on Twitch. With that being said, we love you all so much. Be sure to drink some water, and we will see you all soon. Peace.
Yeah.
Summoner scripts lit up in flames. Crowd goes wild, calling out the names. WL Carnation, fierce from the start, cracking the sin with a critical heart. They roamed mid-dove, bot stole the Drake. Macro clean, they made no mistake. From first blood to the elder call, they rose up and they took it all. Flashing forward, no retreat. Five-man clash, feel the beat. Turrets fall and hopes ignite. Carnation bloomed in final fight. Oh, champions rise tonight. Carnation takes the light. Same crackers tried but couldn't stand when Merc's new kings took command. Oh, Nexus down in flame. Finals won, they own the game. Merc Academy's finest crown. Carnation's glory shut it down. Ace the map, no time to stall. Baron soul, they claimed it all. From jungle path to victory sound, it's WL's moment, they wear the crown. Cox lit the lane with a binding flash. Vi broke the back line in one quick smash. Top lane tanked, mid lane sword. ADC popped off, crowd roared. Objective dance, vision war. Every pixel screamed for more. Seeing crackers cracked, they gave their fight. But Carnation bloomed in blinding light. Legends rise and some must fall. Only one can take it all. Merc's arena, stars were born. Carnation stormed and they outperformed. Oh, champions rise tonight. Follow Carnation, claim the right. Same crackers faded in the glow. Final blow, now legends grow. Oh, from bot to Nexus zone. They took the rift, they made it known. Merc Academy shouts it loud. Carnation reigns strong and proud. League was their stage, skill was their flame. They wrote their name in the Hall of Fame. From draft to